I think let's start. Before proceeding further, in the today's class, we don't have a pre-seen material of CIMA, strategic case study for me, and we don't have pre-seen material for ACCA SBL also. If I'm saying this, somebody may not be understanding what is a pre-seen material. I want the class to be very communicative, so it is advisable. Whenever we are discussing anything, then you all please communicate. Communicate either in the chat or communicate by unmuting yourself. When you don't need to say anything, you don't have anything to say, keep yourself in the mute mode so that the voice disturbance will not be happening. But once you have anything to ask, anything to say, you can unmute yourself and you can say anything in the class. There is no problem. So what we are going to discuss today, the exam pattern, how we need to study, what type of question paper comes, how we need to prepare well, how many mock papers and everything we will study, from where we will study, what time the classes will be conducted, and what is expectation from all of you. Then since we don't have the pre-seen material, we will be doing some past paper. We will be discussing some important areas which are relevant in any paper, and we will solve for coming 2 classes any past term paper, any past term pre-seen material, and based on that we will solve in 2 classes some mock papers. Because till the time the pre-seen is not there, we cannot prepare exactly based on the pre-seen. And the most important study will start when the pre-seen will be released by the institute. So if I will ask everybody in the class, is there anybody in the class who is doing ACCA SBL for the time being? Anybody in the class who is doing ACCA SBL? Anybody in the class who is doing ACCA SBL? Swati Setti, you are doing ACCA or CIMA?
Sir, I went to CMA US.
You are CMA US. Okay.
I got the invite.
Acha, theek hai. I gave the invite because if anybody, always a student asks that, ki, sir, if there is a free class, can I attend? I want to check and all that. So if the student is not interested in CIMA, then no point attending this. If the student is doing CIMA or thinking of doing CIMA, CIMA or ACCA, then in that case, this class will be relevant. Otherwise, it is not relevant. Okay. So maybe for your sake of general knowledge, you are attending, that's okay. But if you are not doing ACCA or CIMA, then this class is not relevant. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Now, Suman Verma, you are doing ACCA or CIMA?
Cima, sir.
Cima. Okay. Cima is strategic case study.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. 𝐿𝐼𝐅𝐑𝐒 Ayodhya. Then 𝐈𝐅𝐑𝐒. 𝐈𝐅𝐑𝐒 INE.
Yeah. 𝐿𝐼𝐅𝐑𝐒, sir.
Not 𝐿𝐼𝐅𝐑𝐒. I don't know about you, I know. So for that.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm just asking those who don't know. 𝐈𝐅𝐑𝐒. 𝐈𝐅𝐑𝐒 INE.
Yeah, yeah.
Not 𝐿𝐼𝐅𝐑𝐒. 𝐈𝐅𝐑𝐒 INE. You are that same person.
Yeah, no, sir.
So I'm talking about 𝐈𝐅𝐑𝐒 INE. 𝐈𝐅𝐑𝐒 INE. Okay, leave it here. I'm just thinking that is there anybody ACCA student so that I can communicate effectively. For that reason, I was asking this question. But if you all are not interested in saying, no issue. Okay. All are CIMA students. So
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am doing ACCA. It's
Okay.
Manish Chakravarti.
Acha, Manish Chakravarti doing ACCA. Good, sir. You joined just the day before yesterday, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good, sir. Good. Good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Cima passed out in 2024 doing deep IFRS. That's why I know Preetham. Okay. So those who have passed out or anything, they should not say anything. But out of so many Cima students in the class, Ashok, Atul Ghani, Chinmay, I think Irfan, then I don't know who are. Anybody can say how the Cima exam are structured, how the paper comes, what is the pass marks, what is the total marking. Anybody know anything about this? Yes, Atulji.
Actually, sir, this is my first time, sir.
Okay.
I picked some records of you. So I have something about that, not more, sir. Very little. Sir.
Yes, sir. So can you say a little thing about Cima exams for strategic case study, how the exams are held, when the exams are held, what is the criteria for the exam, how it is tested, what is the pass marks, what is the total marks of the paper, how many question comes, anything along these lines?
No, sir, actually not details knowledge.
No, sir. But you joined around 1 month back, sir. And you have been given the
sorry.
videos and you are not studying at all. So this is not done, sir.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
No
I will
problem.
try my best, sir.
Why I am asking this question? Because suppose I will say Ashok Jani. Ashok Jani, you must be knowing this, Mr. Ashok?
Not much, but I
Very
think
good, sir.
they ask around 150 question and at least 80 should be correct.
That is 150 marks and you need to score 80 to pass.
Correct.
Acha, sir. So that means you also don't know, sir. So what is the purpose that sometimes when I start the first class, I think that I should not be speaking about exam structure, this, that, because that there in every video of mine. Whenever the student connect with us, the first thing we share, the past term video, 1 or 2 classes, ask the student, even personally, I am asking all of them, please go through this before joining the classes, understand what is the Cima structure and all that, so that you can take your call that whether you should be going for Cima course, and if you will be going for Cima course, whether you should be joining with Saraf or not. Hai Lekin nobody hears me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the normal case. So that means we need to discuss this. And even though you would be saying, I know that so many persons don't know the exam structure and everything. So we need to be ready. How much length of the answer we need to write? How can we score pass marks? What are the Cima examiners are looking for? All those things. Okay. That we will discuss. Similarly, Manish, you just now said that you are ACCA student. Do you know anything about ACCA exam pattern?
Not really, sir.
Why, sir?
So I haven't gone through the entire thing.
Achha.
I was initially preparing for the SBR
Achha.
exam.
Okay.
Yeah.
This SBL exam is strategic business leader case study. For Cima strategic case study. The name strategy is common in both the cases. Case study is common. For ACCA, we are saying business leader case study. For Cima, they are not using the word business leader, but they are saying strategic case study exam. Okay? I will take 1 hour to discuss this. If anybody has anything to ask in between, I will just request, just keep calm. Let me speak out in 1 hour everything. I don't think so you will have anything to ask after my 1 hour discussion. So let's first of all discuss the 1 hour that Cima and ACCA exams. For Cima, we are saying Cima strategic case study. For ACCA, we are saying ACCA strategic business leader case study. In one column, I have written similarities. In the other column, I have written some of the differences. Both the exams are based on a pre-seen material. So both the exams, the institute will release a pre-seen material for Cima also, for ACCA also. For CIMA, pre-seen material will be released on this Thursday. 1 second. Today is 22nd, 27. I think it is going to be released on 4th or 7th of April. The pre-seen material for May exam will be released by the Cima Institute on 4th or 7th of April. Okay. Once it is released, it will be there in the Cima website. It will be there in the Google, and I will share with you the pre-seen material once it will be released. For ACCA exam, the strategic business leader pre-seen material will be released 15 days before the exam. So June will be the exam, June around 5th, 6th, I don't remember. The pre-seen material will be released around 20th of May, 20 May. The Cima pre-seen material, the exams will be there for Cima around 25th of May. And they are releasing the pre-seen material in the first week of April. So Cima students are getting 40-45 days to prepare based on the pre-seen material. But ACCA students are getting only 15 days to prepare based on the pre-seen material. Looking at this, it looks like the ACCA exam is more difficult because Cima pre-seen we are getting 45 days before the exam, and ACCA pre-seen we are getting 15 days before the exam. So we are getting less time to prepare for ACCA pre-seen. Don't take it like this. It's not like that. Just have written Cima releases pre-seen material around 45 days before exam, but ACCA releases pre-seen 15 days before the exam. So Cima pre-seen material has 25 to 30 pages write-up, and ACCA pre-seen will have 12 to 15 pages write-up. Just for example, ACCA pre-seen. Sorry. This is ACCA pre-seen material for March exam, which is already over. It was released on around 20th of February. And 20th of February, they released this pre-seen material written as applicable for March 2025. It is a 12-page material. You all can see. The first page, there is no write-up. It is just the reference. From the second page, it is an introduction, no write-up. And from the third page, the write-up is there. So basically, the write-up each 10 pages. Third page to the last page, 12th page. Okay? That 12th page is also just a diagram. It's around 10 pages to 12 pages write-up. What is this write-up? We will discuss. Okay? This is just, you can say what I am saying in the class, that ACCA pre-seen material is 12 to 15 pages. Then if we open the Cima pre-seen material, Cima pre-seen material for any term, pre-seen, this is no, this is also SBL. SCS November pre-seen. This is Cima pre-seen material for the last term, November and February 2025. And you can see this is 22 pages. So approximately double than ACCA pre-seen material. And in this, there are more write-ups, more detailing, more graph, more photos and all that I can see, more diagram, more detail of financial details and all that. More detailing is there in the Cima pre-seen material. So giving the pre-seen material much advanced means more detail. And giving the pre-seen material slightly late, less detail. Okay? This is the first difference. But both the exams are based on pre-seen. Now both the exams give unseen portion in the exam. In Cima, the unseen portion is called a trigger and task. But in ACCA, the unseen portion is called exhibits and requirements. Again, say go into one of the paper of the past term. Okay? One of the paper of the past term. Suppose this is Cima question paper. Okay? This is not the paper which came in the exam. This is in the class we did mock paper in the last term. Okay? So it is saying that a mock E shared by Kaplan through us. Kaplan has shared, and they are saying there are 3 questions. Each question is of 60 minutes each. This is Cima question paper. Eh? Now, in the exam hall, suppose Mr. Ashok Jani is sitting in the exam, and this is the task 1. For task 1, they have written top 60 minutes, and they are saying for the task 1, there is some write-up, which is called unseen portion, which you will be getting on the day of exam only. Relating to this, they are saying that there is some CFO saying to other person, what he's saying, what is the issue. Relating to that, they are asking some 2 requirements, 65 and 35%. To answer these requirements, they have given some reference material also. I generally say that around 2 pages write-up. 2-page write-up, those 2 pages you need to read in the exam. You need to read the question requirement, and then you will type your answer. The answer not in pen and paper. Both the exams, the answer will be on screen. On a Word file, you need to type your answers. This is, you can say, a sample paper for Cima, where first question and then second question, again same story, some updates, some triggers, some write-up, some reference material. Again third question, some reference material, some write-up and all that. All the 3 questions we need to answer in the exam. Okay? If we go for Acca Sbl, you can say Acca Sbl. Okay? This is, you can say, shared by Astranti. All these are Kaplan, BPP, Astranti, are UK organization. They are the publishers. We purchase, we get the resources from them for preparing in the class. So it is, you can say, exhibit. An exhibit is given, which is, you can say, in Cima trigger or exhibit. Now, Cima is given trigger for every question separately. Acca is giving all the exhibits together. Exhibit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 exhibits. They generally give 4 to 5 exhibits, which is unseen portion. You will be getting on the day of exam. And then based on these exhibits, they are giving you first question, which is of 32 marks. The second question, which is of different parts are there in Cima also, different parts. And the third question, which is of 30 marks. So total 100 marks. Acca paper is of 100 marks and Cima paper is of 150 marks, which I have written here. In Cima, the unseen portion is called trigger and task. And in Acca, the unseen portion is called exhibits and requirements. The exhibits and requirements and trigger and task, students will be getting on the day of exam. When they will sit for the exam, they will get. In both Cima and Acca, they will ask 3 questions. You must have seen that in Cima also task 1, task 2, task 3. In Acca also task 1, task 2, task 3. But what is the difference? Slightly exam software is different. In Acca, copy paste of the requirement in answer sheet is possible. So in Acca, you can copy from here and you can paste it in your answer sheet. But in CIMA, this is the question paper. So when you will type your answer, you cannot copy from here anything in your answer sheet. In the Cima, the copy paste from the question to the answer sheet is not possible, but in Acca, it is possible. Slightly the software is different. Then in both the exams, pre-seen deals with available in the exam by clicking on a pre-seen tab. But from pre-seen, you cannot copy anything. From pre-seen, in both the exam, you cannot copy and paste anything in your answer. In both the exam, you will get on the screen pre-seen tab. You click, you will get the entire pre-seen. That means the pre-seen which we are using in the class, you will get in the exam hall on the screen full 3 hours. You don't need to take it to the exam center. It will be available, but nobody can copy anything from the pre-seen. Neither Cima, neither Acca student. In Cima, 3 questions are all equally marked. For Cima, it is 150 marks, 50, 50, 50, all 3 questions. But in Acca, you must have seen 32, 38, 30 marks. The question marks are not same. they are unequally distributed, but for ACCA, the questions are equally distributed. Cima 150 marks paper, the pass marks is 80, approximately 53%. ACCA 100 marks paper, the pass marks is 50%. In Cima, weighted average score, but not in ACCA. What is weighted average? Based on the pre-seen, both the institutes are preparing different sets of unseen, different sets of question paper. Cima is preparing 6 to 7 sets of question paper. ACCA is also preparing different sets of papers. They are not saying how many sets. So in Cima, we come to know because when they release the model answers, after the exams are over, they release the model answers for all the question paper which came in the exam. But ACCA is not releasing all the sets of question paper answers in the website. They are just releasing out of all the papers some of the question and their answers. So in ACCA, we don't know how many papers they are preparing. In Cima, they are saying that different papers, different unseen question paper have different level. Some of the papers are difficult, some are easy, some are mediocre. Now suppose Ashok is giving exam and he is getting the difficult variant. They are using the term variant, a difficult paper. Prakash is giving exam, he is getting a mediocre paper. And Atul is giving exam, he is getting the easiest paper. Who will decide the difficult, easy and all that? You and me not. Institute will decide. Institute software. But they are deciding that different papers are of a different standard. So if Ashok is getting the most difficult paper, Ashok need to score lower marks to pass the exam. And Atul is getting the easiest paper to write the answer. Atul need to score more marks to pass the exam. Whatever marks you will score in Cima, they will be multiplied by a weight. The weight will be vary between 80% to 120%. I don't know what is the weight. They are saying that 80 to 120%. If the variant is difficult, the weight will be 110, 115%. If the variant is easy, the weight will be 90%. So Ashok is getting the most easiest variant. Ashok marks will be multiplied, say, by 90%. Suppose Ashok scored 100, but the marks announced to him 90%. And Atul got the difficult variant. Atul scored 75, but the weight is 115%. 75 into 115% will be the marks announced to Atul. So the marks 80 is weighted average marks. It is not the exact marks you are scoring. For that reason, some of the students in Cima are getting 79 marks. Examiner has not given you 79. Examiner has given you a particular marks, but the software has done it 79, multiplying the actual marks with a weight. So software is not human being. He don't have heart. So software will not be making 79 to 80. But if I or me, any teacher, giving you 79, we will give you 80, sir. But since the software is doing that weightage, nobody can change your marks. So in Cima, students are getting 79, 78, because after the actual marks multiplied by the weight, the marks become 79, 80, sometime like this. But in ACCA, this story is not there. Because why not there? They are not saying, sir. If they are doing internally, they are not saying that's other thing. But that is not communicated to us, not written in the website, that there is a weighted average marking score in ACCA. In both the, based on pre-seen, many papers are prepared. As I said, in Cima, you are the senior finance manager, always. But in ACCA, in different questions, your position is different. Maybe senior finance manager, maybe a consultant, maybe a finance director, maybe a CEO. So ACCA exam is not saying that in every question you are getting the same designation. You are having a different designation, different responsibility, and you need to solve, you need to guide the organization in taking the correct decision. But Cima exam is fixed, that every time in the exam, you are the senior finance manager. I will say that in both the exams, which is not written here, the basic similarity, there is no technical knowledge required. That if I will say that, suppose ACCA student study SBR, because just now Moni said that I will be focusing on SBR. In SBR, we prepare financial statement. consolidated PL account, consolidated balance sheets, consolidated cash flow, different things. CIMA student also remember this sometime in the past, but they are not asking in the exam in ACC or CIMA case study. Prepare PL account, prepare balance sheet. They are not asking, never asked, and never they will ask. So if you don't know the accounting part, doesn't matter. If you don't know the journal, if you don't remember the IAS, IFRS, there is no use in the exam. Because the CIMA exams or ACCA case study exams are practical oriented. They are not technical oriented. So if somebody don't remember the IFRS, IAS and all that, doesn't matter. But then what both the exams are saying. Suppose in both the exams, you get a question that the company is taking over another organization. For growth, we have two options, organic, inorganic. Organic means we will be doing on our own, and inorganic means mergers and acquisitions. So we are acquiring other organization for the growth purpose. Before acquiring the other organization, we need to do due diligence. That other organization business, other organization market, other organization competitiveness, what price we need to give them, their value and all that. Huh? For that, they will give some data that the other organization, that is not given in the pre-seen. For both the exams, it will be coming in the unseen portion only. Nowhere it is given in the pre-seen, this is the other organization and all that. Because the pre-seen does not mean it is a comprehension-based exam. Ki out of the pre-seen, some paragraph, some question. No, nothing. Nothing will come from the pre-seen as a question. All the unseen question will have separate data, different details. Based on that, the question will be asked. So on the basis of unseen, they are saying that our company is X Limited and we are going to acquire Y Limited. In the Y Limited, this is the management. We are talking to the management. This is the benefit. By doing this, they are engaged in this business and all that. There are some ratios they have given, the financial ratios, the asset turnover, the return on capital employed, the P ratio, or what dividend they have given and all that. Some details given. And then they are asking you whether we should take over or not. There is no accounting adjustment you require. But based on the data given, you need to comment, you need to suggest, you need to do due diligence analysis that whether this organization should be taken over or not. When it will be taken over, how it is going to benefit the merged organization, what are the challenges we are going to face after the takeover, how we are going to handle those challenges. And those answers are not written anywhere in the world, nowhere. You need to be writing those things from your own practical understanding. For that reason, it is a strategic level exam, because at senior level in the organization, there is no formula. There is no technicality. You need to take every business decisions based on the facts, based on the scenario at that time. So if somebody knows accounting very well or somebody don't know accounting very well, doesn't matter. No use at all. When you are reading the pre-seen material, because for both the exams, it is given in advance, then you come to know the industry, their product, their board structure, their business, their competitors, if some financial information are given. In CIMA, the financial details are given. In ACCA pre-seen, not given. In CIMA, they will give newspaper articles, newspaper clips about the industry, about the company, what people are talking about, different things. In CIMA pre-seen, they will be giving some information about a major competitor also. But in ACCA, they are not giving all those details because the number of details, the detail are slightly less. Huh? And then based on that, in both the exams, they are asking you different types of business problems or business opportunities. If the problems are there, we need to suggest the solution. And if the opportunities are there, we need to say whether the opportunities should be capitalized, should be done or not. The problems may be relating to funding. For doing something, you require money. Whether the money should be taken from debt, whether it should be taken from equity, whether mixture, what will happen if we go for debt, what will happen if we go for equity. If the company has multinational operations, they have foreign exchange inflows and outflows. The foreign exchange rate are changing like anything in the market presently. how it is going to affect the business, how we can manage the foreign exchange risk if the company has borrowed funds and the interest rate on the borrowing is, what do you say, floating rate. So when the interest rate will go up in the market, our borrowing rate will increase. When the interest rate will go down in the market, our borrowing rate will reduce. How it is going to affect us, what we should be doing to change our funding or should continue, what should we will be doing so that we can manage interest rate risk in a better way. If in our company there is some problem in some operations, in social media, some customer, some suppliers, or somewhere some regulatory authorities, some influencers are talking something about us, about our industry, and it is creating bad will for our company, how we will manage that? How we will be doing that? If we say that, suppose in the company, one or two major directors want to leave the company, the CEO or the marketing director or the HR director want to leave, how they can leave, how we can sustain them, how we will replace them, what should be, who will be the new person, if there is any problem, any, what do you say, internal loopholes, internal control problems. There are some fraud, there are something happened in the past, recently, why it happened, how it should be managed, what should be done so that again it should not arise. All these questions, it is just some examples I'm saying. All these are all open-ended, not related with any particular syllabus area, and nowhere any answer for these questions written. And everybody has his own style, own way of speaking about these problems. Nobody can say that only I am the correct. Ashok is writing something, Atul is writing something, then 𝐂𝐸𝐷𝐒 is writing something. Sir, everybody is right. Nobody is wrong or right. Whatever you are writing, do you have logic? Do you have reason to say something? Are you suggesting something? Why you are suggesting something? How it is going to benefit the organization? How the problems can be resolved? That they are concerned with. Because it is not mathematics, 2 + 2, 4 will be coming. It is something which is open-ended. For that open-ended, there is no fixed answers. So nothing is called wrong or right. But that doesn't mean that whatever you start writing, you need to see what is the requirement, what is unseen portion, what scenario they are giving, what exactly they are asking. And based on that, whatever knowledge you have from the pre-scene about the industry, you need to write a relevant answer, which is relevant in that situation, which is logical, with justification, that you need to write. It's a pure theory exam. No calculation, no calculator usage are there. In Cima, calculator will not be used for a single second in 3 hours. But you can take calculator in the exam. In ACCA, sometimes maybe 2-3 minutes you will be using the calculator. But no calculation. It's pure understanding and application of those understanding in the exam. What we are saying that if we both the exams, forget about Cima or ACCA, the pre-scene is about an industry. In that industry, about a company. The name of the company, the details of the company is all hypothetical. But it is based on actual fact. But the name, they are not using the actual company name. Because maybe there will be legal cases arises because of that. So they take the data from all the practical world. But then they use hypothetical name of the company, hypothetical place where they are located, hypothetical name of the board members and all that. That way they are creating the pre-scene material. That is on an industry, and in that industry about a particular company, the details are given. The company business model, what they are doing, their financials, their business, how they are producing, how they are purchasing, how they are selling, how they are competing in the market. All these details are given in both the case study, both the pre-scene material. A student need to go through with the pre-scene, need to think that they are the senior manager, senior finance manager, or they are the CEO, CFO of the company, and they are going to help the board members in taking the right strategic decisions. They need to read properly the pre-scene at least 3 times. CIMA students are getting proper time for 3 time reading. ACCA student need to read in pre-seen material 3 times in 15 days. The pre-seen material will be available in the exam during the 3 hours. In a separate tab, you click, you will get the pre-seen. Around 7 to 10 minutes we use in reading the unseen planning. That means in both the exams, the questions are there based on the unseen portion. So those unseen portion, 1 second. Those unseen portion, I will say that suppose there is one page about trigger some, and the other page is about exhibits and all that, and then some questions. Normally we consider 5-7 minutes. For ACCA student, they need to read exhibit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 exhibit in one go. Every exhibit you can take say around 3 minutes. So 5 exhibit will take around 15 minutes to read. So mota moti, CIMA students, each question will have separate requirement, separate detail. So 15 minutes. For ACCA, in one go, all the exhibits you will read around 15 minutes. So out of 3 hours, 15 minutes, we will not be able to write anything in the exam. 45-50 minutes. I'm saying that for CIMA students, 60 minutes for one question. In the CIMA exam, all the 3 questions you can't see in one go. Only first portion, task 1, 60 minutes, you can see 60 minutes. 160 minutes is over, it is submitted. Whatever you have written is submitted. Now you are in the second question. You cannot go back to the first one. For CIMA, each will be available for 60 minutes each. But in CIMA, in ACCA, this luxury is there. In ACCA, all entire 100 marks paper in front of you. You can solve first of all, second one, first one, whatever part. But in CIMA, you can't do. In CIMA, you need to go one by one only. Each will be available for 60 minutes. So we generally say that around of 60 minutes, 10 minutes we are reading trigger and all that. We are preparing ourselves. And around 45 to 50 minutes, we will be writing the answer. Writing the answer in 45-50 minutes. How much length? The material which I have prepared, it is written in 16-20 font size. In the exam, we will be writing in 11 font size, 10 to 11 font size. And in 10 to 11 font size, your speed of typing is around 15 to 20 words per minute. Both the institute are saying this, not I am saying. If you type by looking at the keyboard, then also you can type 15-20 words per minute. So it is not asking something which you need to type without looking at the keyboard. They are not making you typist. They are making you board member, senior professionals. So for that reason, it's not a question of typing speed. But then 15-20 words per minute. Generally, we say that 15 words, 20 words will become 1.5 line per minute. 1.5 line per minute means 45 to 50 minutes. It will be coming around 65 to 75 lines. The answer need to be written 65 to 75 lines. When you practice writing answers, then you need to write 65 to 75 lines. Just 1 second. When I'm saying 65 to 75 lines, this is a task. In that task, there are 2 questions. One is 40% and one is 60%. I'm saying combining these both, you will be writing around 65 to 75 lines. So if it is 40% first one, so 75 into 40%, around 30 lines. The first one will be around 25 to 30 lines. The second one will be around approximately, you can say 40-45 lines. So both will be coming around 75 lines. And the time allocation, suppose you are giving 45 minutes to write the answer, 15 minutes gone in reading planning. So 45 minutes, 40% time you will be giving to the first one. That means 45 into 40%, around 18 minutes. And the balance 27 minutes you will be giving to the second one. If you don't do the planning like this, then maybe you are writing only the first one, 30-40 minutes, and this you write very short. You cannot pass the exam because the marks were less. You are writing more. And where the marks is more, you are writing less and very less. That means you are not a professional. So if you are not a professional, then in a professional exam, you should not be passing. You are not a deserving candidate. You need to plan your write-up. You need to plan your timing accordingly. जैसे है, the way the questions are given, the way the percentages are given, the time for write-up should be allocated accordingly. Otherwise, you will face problem in exams. So how you will practice this? Whenever you will be writing any answer in my assignments, which I will be giving regularly, then you need to write the answers in a time-bound environment. You need to write 15 to 20 words, that is 1.5 lines per minute. So whatever time I have allocated you, nobody is saying you how you are writing this, but you need to always follow that. And practice in writing is a must. This exam we cannot pass just by reading. If we don't practice in writing, simple, we cannot pass. Not in one term, maybe in 10 terms. We can pass easily in first term only if we follow the instructions, whatever I will be giving. Answer is styling. These all things not written by me, but all whatever is written on both the institute website. It is not that I prepared from my own. The answer should be in paragraph structure. What is paragraph structure? Suppose this is ACCA answer. Okay? Task 1A answer. Okay? 1 paragraph, 2, 3, 4 paragraph, 5, 6, 7, 8 paragraph. You can see the structure. Neither they are writing ABCD, neither they are writing Roman 1, Roman 2, Roman 3, Roman 4, neither they are writing 1, 2, 3, 4, nothing. Just that for every paragraph there is a subheading, and then about that we are writing something. Now all the answers which are given in a model answers, they are very lengthy. They are written 200 lines, and you can write in the exam 75 lines. So by reading model answer, don't pist yourself. I cannot write this much. Even I cannot write this much. So many years I am teaching, I cannot write. How you will write, sir? It is not given that you will reproduce this answer in the exam. It is given for teaching purpose. With a different perspective, with so many details, the answer is written. The answer is not written in 40-45 minutes. The answer is written by not one person. The answer is written by a team of faculties, 10-15 person. And the answer is written after a huge research of 10-15 days. How can you compare your answer with this? But that doesn't mean that when you read the answer, you don't feel for improvement. You have written something. Now you are reading the model answer. Your always focus should be there that I need to improve. What they have written extra, I could have written. This was not difficult. I could have managed and all that. Both the answers, model answers, are in this style only. The answers need to be in paragraph format. We can say that 15 to 21,000 words. 1,000 words will be coming around 60 to 70 lines. If you were writing each word 10 to 11 font size, I'm not saying you were writing in 7, 8 font size, or you were writing in 15, 20 font size like I have written. If you take a normal font size 10, 11, then it will be coming 60 to 70 lines. 1 line and 1.5 line is around 15, 20 words. So it is coming 65 lines approx. We are discussing this in the first class only. And the student go on asking in every class, sir, my length is okay. Arey bhai, what we are discussing in the first class? When we are discussing everything, why you are not focusing? Huh? So a student ask later, I generally not like this. When we are discussing in the first class, when I have given this before you join with us, all these videos in the first class in the YouTube, still you are not saying how anybody will help you. God helps those who helps themselves. So if you again ask these things, it is just waste of time. How many length of answers we need to write? It is based on marks, based on time allotted. Based on the pre-scene, we will be do 8 question papers. That is for Cima, we will be doing 8 papers. There in Cima, they are mentioning core area A, B, C, D, E. For every area, we will be having 1 paper, 1 set of questions, their answers, discussion and everything. And then after all core area 5, we will be doing 3 mock papers. So in total 8. In 8, there will be around 3 questions each, 24. And in every, there are 2 parts, 48. If you add up all your topics, of Cima strategic books if we refer. Even there is no syllabus, but there is no more than 48 topics. So every topic we will discuss in the class round by round. Whatever I said in the beginning, financial, this, that, and all, every topic we will discuss through a question. So 80-90% of the syllabus we will cover in the class. How we will cover, I will discuss. As I already said, that in Cima, different variants has different weightage. Based on the weightage, the weighted average marks should be 80 out of 150. For ACCA, it is 50 out of 100. How we are going to cover everything from today. This is today, 22nd March. We are going to understand exam pattern, which is still running. Discussion of some important areas and past papers. Okay? Past papers. On 29th March, again Saturday, past term paper, because we will be doing revision based on that. Covering different areas of the syllabus based on the one pre-seen, not two, based on the one pre-seen, because we will be able to discuss one, focus on different technical aspects, which students think that they don't know, but we will discuss. Then 5th April, I don't remember whether the pre-seen is released or not. If it is released, we will be doing on 5th April pre-seen. But if the pre-seen is not released, still we will continue some past term paper discussion. It will help to prepare well, because till the time the pre-seen is not ready, how we will refer. That is covering these aspects. Then definitely the pre-seen is coming as per me around 7th or 8th of April. So when it will be released, based on that, we will study the pre-seen of Cima on 12th of April. We will go through with the pre-seen and we will start discussing core area A. On 19th, maybe some area, core area A still left. We will discuss that core area A and B also. On 26th, we will discussing B if something left and C. On 3rd November, we will be discussing something left for C and D. And on, 3rd May. So this is also 10th May. We will be discussing the core area D and E. If anything is left, we will see. On 11th April, we will be doing a mock test in the class. On 18th April, we will be doing another mock test, doubts and all that in the class. By that time, around 28th, ACCA pre-seen will be released. Cima student don't need to attend this. If somebody is not giving exam in May, they can attend. But Cima student don't need to attend this, because they are already focusing, their exam is already on around 25th of May. So when the pre-seen for ACCA will be released, I will be discussing that pre-seen and their mock in 2 classes between 28 to 38 in the class. And 30th April, finish off everything. A student will give exam. Cima student will give exam around 25th of May. And ACCA student will give exam around 5th of June. I can say that if you count the number of classes, it is around 12 to 14 classes. For Cima student, around 11-12 classes. For ACCA, 2 more classes. Each class will be of around 3.5 hours. So we can say that we are going to study around 40 hours in the class. Approximately 40-45 hours. And the same you need to study self also. So I have taken, say, 100 hours. 100 hours study. Even though you want to score world rank, then also 100 hours. You want to pass, then also 100 hours. Nobody need to study more than 100 hours. If we talk of Cima student, we are standing, say, on 28th of March. So 28th May, 60 days. 60 days, 100 hours. Per day, 1.5 hours. For ACCA student, it is 10 days extra, because their exam is around 10 days more. So they need to study in 70 days, 100 hours. That means each student need to study 1.5 hours per day on an average. I will advise, don't study in that fashion that Monday to Friday you are not studying anything, and Saturday, Sunday you study 5-6 hours in a day. Not advisable. From your busy schedule, maybe you are a Pradhan Mantri, Prime Minister, still you can take out 1.5 hours every day. From today, start studying 1.5 hours every day. Atulji, now this is not acceptable, sir. If you don't study from today, then you can't question me, sir, I cannot pass. Then I'm not giving exam. If you have March ending pressure, still you can manage. Just 10 days are there, 8 days. So if some problems are there, problems will be there always in life. But if we want to pass, the first suggestion from my side, from today, everybody will study 1.5 hours every day. What you will study? I'm coming. Don't worry. Because presently we don't have the pre-seen material. Okay? So presently what we are going to do? This is, you can say, in ACCA and CIMA, technical way the syllabus. Strategy, internal, external analysis of an organization and the industry, stakeholder analysis, governance, audit and internal control, risk management, ethics and corporate social responsibility, sustainability and environmental reporting, financial decisions, mergers, acquisitions, new business, funding, cost of capital, foreign exchange, interest rate, other financial risk, and IT. Suppose we are not going to discuss any technical aspect out of this, but just to start discussion. Anybody in the class know what is sustainability? Now don't open Google and read and say. Say from your own feeling. What is sustainability? Anybody can say what is sustainability?
Continuing business for a long time.
Huh? Continue business for a long time. Okay, sir. Anybody else? Many students says that, sir, I don't know Hindi. It's not any Hindi-English class, sir. Huh? It's not a question of Hindi-English. If your English is strong, so the question is not based on English or Hindi. It's just that in your hiccup, in your mind, brain, you have made this Hindi, English, Urdu, Farsi and all that. Not talking that, sir. It's pure, simple business. Yes, Suman. What is sustainability?
Sustainability is something like if we are doing something and we can maintain the resources to continue doing that process for a long time.
Slightly more detail, slightly.
Like in a process, if we are using some resources, those resources will be available for a like certain period of time, and we can make use of those resources. Like we will be able to sustain the business on those resources for a long period of time.
Okay, not wrong. And what Atul has said is also not wrong. Let Tajamul say. Yes, Tajamul.
Yes, sir. By sustainability, we means that keeping in view the current trend. I mean expansion of IT. There are so many other things. Where is my product line? What is my size of the balance sheet? Where I'm standing? Where I'm giving the per share yield to my clients? Either I'm in a local market, either I'm in a international world. What are the weaknesses, strength of my organization? What is basically I'm offering? Where my product is in maturity stage, where my product is in decline stage? What all these things are basically make my sustainable model? Whether after 1 or 2 years, what will be my requirement? Where I will be? Thank you.
Okay, sir. Gauravji, you want to say something?
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
sir. I'm just adding on the Suman point, like as he said that the process would go on, but sustainability will related to like the resources that we have in the earth or something. Like it's limited, so we need to use that resources on that way so we can go on this. So I think sustainability means is this one.
Okay. Nobody's saying wrong. Nobody's saying wrong. Everybody is saying his own thought process about sustainability. So let's summarize everything when everybody say yes. Sujit, tell me.
Yes, sustainability, sir, means where I am presently, where I am, and what we are targeting. And we need to see the competitive market also. So we just need to sustain, considering the competitiveness and what we need to do, what we need to adopt, like this, sir.
Okay, sir. Jyoti Kothari.
Yes, sir. Sir, hi, good afternoon to everyone.
Yes.
Sir, my understanding of sustainability is continuity of business returns, but at the same time, not compromising on the environmental aspect, especially the carbon footprint. That is also one of the major concerns. And how to make sure that that to generate the current return, the future generation is not deprived of the resources that we have, and the environment is also healthy.
Okay. So if we summarize whatever you all said, nobody has said wrong. Everybody has said correct. But you understand that if somebody is explaining sustainability in a question, in an exam question, it is required. Everybody has his own style, sir. Nothing is right or wrong. You need to be just in the right direction. It is that also, if somebody is saying sustainability, how many different definitions are coming? Nobody can mug up the comma full stop from any book, and not required also. Even though if you can, not required. I'm giving some simple examples, which cannot be written in the exam, but will make the discussion much easier to understand. You must have seen advertisement in television, advertisement and different hoardings, that father and son driving car. Father is driving the car, son is sitting beside. And on the crossing, when the red light is there, we cannot move. So father is still switching on the engine. The engine is not closed. The car is still on. So the petrol, diesel, the car is consuming. And it is on the crossing for say 1 minute, 2 minutes. The car is consuming the engine, petrol and all that. Then the signal open, green light, they started running. Then son said that, sir, Papa, if you do like this, how the petrol and diesel will be there for future generation to survive? Maybe you have, that much the son has not said in the ad, but maybe you have money and you can buy resources, but then the resources are limited on this earth. Maybe you have money, but you will not be able to buy these resources after some time. So earlier, if we talk about 15, 20, 30 years back, the sustainability means the way we are doing business, whatever our activities, can we do the business in the same way, mainly focused on us? But now it is not focusing on us. It is focusing on society. One another example, suppose the class is going on. The lights which I am using in the class nowadays have changed some systems and all that. Every 3 months I do this. Now, when the class will be over, my first thing is to close the different lights which are running, which are giving different types of ambience for the class. But that is not required after the class is over. You can say that I'm switching off, I want to save my cost and all that. You may. But then the question is that this is consuming so much energy. And in India, still energy is generated by coal, by petrol, by non-renewable resources. The solar energy and all that is not so developed. Still, the Indian government is trying their level best, different countries of the government, but they are not able to achieve that. So it's not a question that I have money, I can use electricity and all that. But then if I am wasting energy resources, that means I am not doing good for the future generation. I will be living for 10, 15, 20 years. But after my life, the future generation will not have the resources to consume. They will not be able to survive. The sustainability is nowadays related with more and more that recycling, usage of more and more renewable energy resources, not the coal, petrol, diesel, but the solar energy, wind energy, whatever. Recycling, not that the resources which are getting wasted, you should try to use them. Usage of less plastic, less this, or maybe recycling of the plastic, whatever, aluminium. Whenever we are producing the products or services, how can we consume the resources lesser without compromising on the quality? How we need to think about our suppliers and customers that they are also become more sustainable. We will be doing business only from the sustainable organizations. We will not be doing business from not. In India, the pollution level is very high. Delhi, one of the biggest city of the world, but the pollution level is the highest in Delhi. So how the people will survive? You are doing your business. You are, you can say, distributing the bad things from your organization. Maybe the smoke, maybe the smell, maybe anything, contaminated water, this, that. You may be surviving for your life, but the future generation will not be able to survive. And for that, the accounting for this sustainability is gaining momentum day by day. There are so many norms, integrated reporting council, global reporting initiatives have given guidelines that how we can report in our financials, other than PL account, balance sheet, financial data, the non-financial, the sustainable, the environmental data, how we can report. Even in the time of Corona, the European Union, they have developed the sustainability accounting norms. When it will be compulsory in different parts of the world, that I don't know. But then it is not that I have money, I can buy resources. I am Ambani, I am Adani, I am, you can say, Mr. Koi bhi, anybody. But I mean to say that whether I am doing my business in such a way that the resources will be available for the future generation to survive. That is most important in the world. All the problems are arising because we are saying solar. There are so many satellites launched by India, by UK, by America. There are so many different types of satellites on the orbit. There are very much near to the earth, some far, this, that. Presently, there is no law on how much, what do you say, satellite you can send in the universe and all that. Because when they are getting destroyed there, they are not for the whole life. They are adversely affecting the universe. They are adversely affecting others. The laws and all that are there for with that also. Because with the satellite, or I will say, forecasting the weather, controlling the business, getting the data, managing the country, managing the population, the GPS works because of the satellite only. We are connected with each other, internet, mobile phone and all are running because of the satellite only. So we understand satellite is important. But to develop satellite, how much resources we are using? How much non-renewable resources? How much wastages we are generating? How we are doing recycling? When the satellite is going beyond outside the atmosphere, then how they are getting destroyed, how they affect the earth and the other satellites, that norm should be there. Maybe it is not there, but you as an ethical person, as a sustainable person, should not be thinking only about your business. Then if there is some temple, there is some masjid, there is something is there, and you want to do, what I should say, want to do something to affect the nature, to affect the temple, to affect Taj Mahal, or that you want to build a bridge nearby Taj Mahal, which this is not allowed. It's not a question that whether you have money, whether you have resources or not, but you are adversely affecting the other people, anybody. And when we are doing business, the sustainability is gaining importance day by day. You can't just think about yourself. You need to think about the society, about all the stakeholders, about their adverse impact, how you can reduce that impact, how you can conserve resources, how you can think about more and more recycling, how you can think about generating energy by renewable sources, not non-renewable sources, that we need to all point out. And because of that, you can say somebody said carbon neutral, carbon, how much, I mean to say carbon emission we are doing and how much we are saving. Are we a carbon neutral organization or not? There are measurement possible with the machines, instruments, whether we are carbon neutral organization or not. Sabhi ke liye, everybody can do that. I mean to say that this is, you go on discussing, you go on writing, it is a never-ending process. I have just said, just for example, this is, you can say, the syllabus area. But then nobody need to do a very technical study about sustainability. Whatever case study will be given about which industry it is, what type of product they are making, what adverse impact on the environment, what is positive impact on the environment in that industry, we just make a write-up on that, our sustainability portion ready for the exam. So when the pre-scene will be there, relating to all these portions, we will be discussing questions, we will be giving you homework, you will be writing answers, we will be discussing with the model answers also, we will discuss in the class different aspects, because this is not that I will say that is only correct. Who said that I am a Pandit? I am not, I am a normal person. There are many in the class, very senior, working in the organization for 15, 20, 25 years. They have very sound understanding. They are also correct. So don't pressurize yourself with bookish or technical knowledge for the case study exam. It's open-ended, it's interesting, it's business problems, business challenges, business risk, business opportunities that we need to deal with. We need to help the organization to grow, which is actually we are doing in the practical world. And after doing Cima or ACCA, we need to do that only. So it is in that way easy. But difficult, it will become difficult when the student will not practice in writing. If you don't practice in writing, you can't give this exam, you can't pass this exam. Last but not the least, before proceeding further, for CIMA, most of the students are in the FLP route, Finance Leadership Planning route. Finance Leadership Planning route, FLP route. FLP route is saying that relating to E3, P3, F3, there are some assignments you need to solve. Those are not exam. On E3, there are around 100 questions. On P3, on F3. Multiple choice question. 1 question, 4 answer, 1 question, 4 answer. For solving those assignments, my advice, please advise, don't study anything. You need to complete those assignments as fast as possible so that you can book the exam and give the exam for a strategic case study. So when you open a question, suppose this is a question and ABCD 4 answer is written, you select B. You solve 10-15 question, it will be submitted. When it is submitted, they may be saying that you need to redo it because the mistakes are many. If 1 or 2 mistakes are there, okay. But if the mistakes are 50%, they will tell you to solve it again. Now, when you solve it again, you know that which of the answers are wrong. They have said you which of the are wrong. Now you select another option. You selected earlier B, you select C or A, whatever. For solving the assignments, please keep the assignment separate and your study part separate. Don't mix both of them. Somebody will say that I will first of all do all the assignments, then study, and then you wait for 1 year. Because for the entire study of E3, P3, F3, you need to give 1 year study. So no point wasting your time. Just solve the assignments like this. Take a target that within 10 days I will finish. Once you finish all the assignments, it will be showing tick, tick, tick. All your assignments are complete. Then you are allowed to book the exam and give the exam. For ACCA students, there is no assignments. For ACCA professional level, there are 4 subjects. Strategic business reporting, strategic business leader, 2 compulsory subjects. And out of the 4, there are 2 optional subjects. Normally, I teach APM and AFM. But the strategic business leader case study don't have any relationship with other subjects. Don't have any relationship with SBR, with AFM or anything. You will say basic finance, that much we know, yaar. That much we know. If the funds is required, how we should raise the funds and all that, that nobody need to study from a book. And accounting part, IFRS and all that, they are not going to ask in the exam. So anybody, ACCA student, can give SBL exam, because in the SBL you need to study less. But in SBL you need to practice a lot. You need to write the answers. If you don't write, maybe you are reading answers 20 times, you will fail only. Because in the exam time, given the time, short time, you need to read, you need to plan, you need to type, you need to write. Cannot be done if you don't practice in writing. So what we will be doing in our classes, when the pre-scene will be released, when the pre-scene will be released for your term, suppose this is a ACCA SBL pre-scene. Okay? I will make a notes on the pre-scene material, on the industry, on the company, like this. I will be using ChatGPT, Google. I will be using your material, and I will be using my knowledge of teaching case study for 15 years. And I will be making these types of notes for you. Once the pre-scene will be there in my hand, I will be taking 2-3 days to prepare this. First of all, I will read the pre-scene. And based on the reading with my research, I will be able to prepare. Earlier, I used to take around 10-15 days to prepare this. But now, God helps, ChatGPT is there. So it is helping me to prepare the notes very fast. But still it takes, I can say, around a 10 to 15 hour study. Because I will read the pre-scene, then I will give different types of prompt to ChatGPT based on what type of questions comes in the exam. Because I need to teach you, but at the same time, I need to prepare you for the exam. Na? So what type of question they ask in the exam, that type of things I give prompt to the ChatGPT, and it gives me different types of answers. But when it is giving me, if I'm not satisfied, I'm changing my prompt, I'm changing this, that, here, there, and then I'm using some of the study materials also to make these notes. So I will be making these notes, the pre-scene material analysis for every term for you also, once the pre-scene will be there. So if suppose, as I'm saying, the Cima pre-scene will be released, say, on 7th of April. So by 12th of April, I will be ready with the pre-scene material write-up. Now, ACCA will say that, sir, why I will study this? For ACCA student, if you want to study your pre-scene, then wait for 20th May. 20 May, it will be released, then you study 10 days. You can't pass, sir. So you will do your past term papers better, na? Do this paper only here. It will be helping me, it will be helping Cima and ACCA both. So never raise this question, sir, I am a ACCA student. Why I will do Cima pre-scene? Hey, bhai, your exam and that exam is same only. Same story, same question pattern, same. Just they will be getting out of 150, you will be getting out of 100. Bas, itna hi. Nothing, there is no difference. So don't eat your brain, my brain. ACCA student will be running with the Cima classes only till 28th of May. Same class, same pre-scene. So based on this pre-scene, I will make my notes and I will be discussing the pre-scene on 12th of April. Now, when I will discuss relating to core area A, I will share some questions. Okay? Core area A is about basic strategies, internal, external analysis. What is that? I will discuss. Don't worry. For core area A, I will be giving you some questions. And you are getting till 19th of April to write the answers for core area A. You will say, sir, you have not taught anything and you are started asking question. Sir, the questions are not technical. They are not that the answers are written in the book. They are saying something which is very open-ended practical discussion. When you will be writing the answers for core area A, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Google, you can use any other materials, whatever you have. But the first and the prime responsibility, Atul ji and everybody, writing the answer and submitting in front of me. You will write the answers in a Word file. Name as Atul core area A answer, Jyoti core area A answer, Bubble core area A answer, whatever, whoever is there. You will name a file, Word file, that this is core area A answer. And whatever 2-3 question I have given, you write the answers of all in that. While writing the answer, you will follow the rule, 60 minutes. You do research for 2 hours, no problem. Chat GPT, Google, this, that. But when you type the answers, you take 45 minutes only, because 15 minutes already gone in reading planning, which so you have taken 2 hours. When you write the answer in 45 minutes, 10, 11 font size only, write in paragraph format, and don't copy paste from Chat GPT. I have here copy pasted so many things from Chat GPT. I'm not giving exam, but you are giving exam. You need to develop your own write-up. So you are reading from the Chat GPT, Google, everywhere, but write in your language. In 45 minutes, you will type your answer and submit. So if I'm giving 3 questions, I have given you a homework of around 2 hours. And maybe for writing 2-hour answer, you need to do research of 2-3 hours. So in total, I have given you homework of 5 hours. And at the same time, pre-scene analysis I have given, pre-scene material I have given. So that also you will read the pre-scene and the analysis will take 2-3 hours. So in 1 week, I am giving you an homework of around 7 days, 6 days into 1.5, 9, 10 hours. I'm giving you homework in that way that daily you need to study 1.5 hours, as I said in the beginning. If you don't study 1.5 hours, that means be ready that either you will not give exam or you will give exam, you can't pass at all. In the class, we know in advance who will pass or who will not pass. You also know in the class whether I will pass or not. Gauravji, you can feel that. If you don't study, I can't do anything. Because Gauravji is doing classes for OCS, MCS, SCS, all 3. Now he is in the SCS. He knows that what I am saying. So I mean to say that if somebody is old student, what is the importance of writing the answers cannot be substituted by anything else. Now on 19th, you will be coming. I will be checking your answers. I will be coming with feedback that Gaurav, you have done this, you need to do this. I will not be giving you marks on this. Why? Because you have not written on your own. You have taken from Chat GPT. You have done research then. So there is no question of marking. But even though after your research, what improvement can be possible, we will discuss. So we will discuss core area A in the class. If time permits, we will discuss core area B also. If not, I will give you questions for core area B for next 1 week. Again, in the next 1 week, you have some revision of core area A, pre-scene reading, core area B question research, writing the answer. And again, I am coming. Like this for every week, I will go on coming. And every one area, we will go on finishing. That we will be doing till 10th of May. April. Maybe this is 11th May or 12th May, we will see. Because I have written 11th May. Because Saturday ke baad Sunday. So if it is not 11th May, 12th May, whatever you are, on Sunday, I will be taking a mock test. Because you have done all the core areas. Now we need to test waters. I will be giving you a question and I will be telling you to submit the answers within 3 hours. Like in the exam. Earlier you were writing for the whole week. Now the luxury gone. Earlier you were doing the help of Chat GPT, Google and all that. Now here no help. Genuine. You need to write the answers in 3 hours and submit that. Now this when you write, you will not use of Chat GPT, Google, any book. Because up till now you have understood most of the things. The pre-scene done, different areas done, different discussion done. So now you are in a position. You are not in the exam hall, but you are in the Prakash Saraf exam hall. You are giving a mock test in 3 hours, submitting the answers. I will give you marks on this. When you give the mock test, you will be able to realize where you are doing mistakes, where you need to improve, what is your weak areas and all that. You will work on that. You will do revision of core area A, B, C, D, E and all that. And then again on 18th April, one more mock test. Now this is final test for our classes because now after 3-4 days you have exam. So you will be doing one more mock test and one test I will be giving you as a self homework. This also I will mark you, I will give you marks and I will guide you where you need to improve. From 18 to 22nd, 23rd, whatever is the exam, you will do self-study. You will be revising the stuff, whatever we have done. And you will be giving the exam. If you do all these things, the pass percentage in our case is minimum 70% plus. Normally it is 80% plus. That means if see my strategic case study, around say 10 students are appearing for the exam, believe me, 7 will pass anyhow. Because those who will not pass, they are not giving exam only. They will say, sir, office pressure is very high. Sir, my health is not good. This, that, all blah, blah, blah. That you can see from now also. Because if you don't do this, that means you will not pass. Simple. Kuch nahi hai, Atul ji, just this one only. If you want to pass, you have to do this, sir. From 28th to 30th April, when 20th material will release, maybe around 22nd, 23rd, in 2-3 days, I am ready with the ACCA pre-scene write-up. I will take a class, pre-scene discussion and all. And then I will give mock test, 2 mock tests for ACCA further based on their pre-scene. Student will write the answer. One of them I will mark and I will give them the marks and guide them. And then ACCA student also will give exam. And same story, 70% minimum pass rate. Same. So ACCA will do their pre-scene study from 20th when it will release. Before that, they are common student ACCA Cima. They are preparing based on Cima pre-scene so that they can prepare well. ACCA student don't need to do other than this anything else. By doing this, student have scored in our classes 84, 85 marks in SBL. 84, 85 in a theory paper. By doing this only, nothing else. And they are saying in the video on my YouTube, it is there. I have not done anything. Whatever sir said, I followed diligently and I able to clear very fast and all that. Same thing is said by so many CIMA students. So for that reason, it's a foolproof method how we can pass. No other material you need to purchase, you need to buy from anywhere. I will be giving you all the things. It will be regularly prepared. It is not ready in advance. It will be prepared, shared with you regularly. You always need to check your mails. You always need to check WhatsApp group. Because in the WhatsApp group, anything when I am feeling, how I will communicate fast. I will give a WhatsApp voice message. I will write something in the WhatsApp. You need to be always be attentive with your mail and your WhatsApp. Make friends, others in the WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group mein you don't know the name. Numbers you can see. You can message, my name is this. I am Prakash sir, classes only in, can we study together? My name is this, I belong to this country. If it is not an issue, let's study together. That person is also want to pass and you also. 2 persons can study better. So make a group. But I cannot say that, Atul, you become a friend of Ashok. It's upon Ashok and Atul. I cannot force them, then they need to be friend. Whether they like each other or not, that's my not lookout. So creating the group, one-way communication I am doing. Now individual communication you all can do with each other. But the group is created for that purpose only. For using, communicating information and at the same time that you all can make friends. The friends is not only for study. Somebody from Bangladesh, somebody from Dubai, somebody from Tanzania, somebody from Saudi, somebody from UK, somebody from Ireland, somebody from Australia, somebody from India. Bhai, itna friend to kahin milta hi nahi hai. You will not get these. Somebody from South Africa. So you are getting friends from different parts of the world. And a friend is everything in the world nowadays. Maybe you don't see that, but the feeling is matching. Then you both can help each other in different aspects. Business, job, this, that. It's how much you can connect with each other. So friend is not only words for passing the exam. Later on, you can take that friendship to the next level. It's upon you how you want to behave. The last thing, when the class is over, whenever the class is finished, when the class is finished, I will advise that so many things you want to do research, you go on our YouTube channel. You will find so many free videos explaining that thing. On my YouTube channel, Prakash Saraf official YouTube channel, put the word which you want to search. It will be showing the relevant video in that. Maybe not mine, YouTube pe dusra ka video dikh jayega. In place of reading the stuff, go with the video study. You will be able to understand faster. And after the class, this first class to uploaded on YouTube. It will be there on YouTube, freely available for everybody. But from the subsequent classes, you can see the recordings only in the software. That is not in the YouTube. So when the class is over, you will be getting the recordings maximum by tomorrow. I will try my level best to give it today. But since on Saturday, suppose the class is finishing at 5:36, maybe Suppose since morning, I got up at around 5:15 today and no breaks. Even you can say not eating also. I have taken something, but not eating also. Saturday is very busy day. So once I get over 5:30, 6 o'clock, the family members are waiting like anything. So for that reason, maybe I will not be able to give you the recordings now. Whether you attended the class or not, doesn't matter. The recordings will be there in the software by tomorrow morning. You can see the recordings anytime at your convenience in one big machine, one small machine. If you are not able to see the recording because of any technical problem, then you just mail. Don't message me. Don't message in any office number. You just mail. When the staff will be there in the office, they are not on Sunday. On Monday, they will rectify the problem and you will be able to see the recordings. So, and if you have any problem relating to the institute, CIMA, ACC, you need to mail them along with CC to us so that we will communicate on your behalf with the institute and we will accelerate the issue. But not that we can solve the problem. My numbers is already there. You will connect with me always for subject related query, not for YouTube video, not for recording is not running, material is not there. You mail, we will deal. Team is there, they will deal with that. And what I should say further before starting, before going further? Okay, nothing. Core area or syllabus, I don't feel in the core area. I generally feel that what is the syllabus, that we start discussing this syllabus. Before proceeding, if anybody has anything to ask. Ashok, Atul, Ayodhya, Bhule, Gaurav. Yes, sir.
So CIMA exams are held only once a year?
अच्छा, exam मैंने बोला नहीं. CIMA exams are held 4 times in a year. February, May, August, November. ACC exams also 4 times in a year. March, June, September, December. Both exam 4 times in a year. Slightly the dates are different. Hai na? Now, in CIMA exam, the pre-seen material for 2 term is same. For May and August, the same pre-seen. So for August, there will not be any live classes for CIMA. For August, whatever we are taking classes now, that same they can use for August exam. The live classes will be there only for May and November. Okay? For ACCA, the pre-seen material for every term is same. Every term is same. Sorry, different. So it is March different, June different, September different, December different. So for June, there will be different pre-seen material. 2 terms when I'm taking CIMA classes, then the lengthy classes, detailed classes are there for ACC SBL also. But the 2 terms, say March term and September term, the detailed classes for ACC SBL also we are not having. Why do that? When the pre-seen is released, suppose March, I have not taken the classes, but when the March pre-seen released, I prepare the material, I took 1 class, in 1 hour I explained the pre-seen, and then they have given the exam with the mock paper, I have checked their mock paper. So you can say that for March and September term, the ACC SBL class will not be very lengthy, but we need to have a class for the pre-seen material. But for CIMA, the live classes will be there for May and November term only, because May pre-seen is relevant for August and November pre-seen will be relevant for February. So if the student will not give exam in May, then they can give exam in August with the recorded classes, no live class. The question is that, can we prepare for May? You need to ask this question from yourself. When the institute has not released the pre-seen material, principally you say that if you don't start the class today, no problem. But I thought that let's start 2-3 weeks earlier. Let's say, what do you say, warm up with the past term papers and all that, so that we get a better feeling. But otherwise, all over the world, and for last more than 10 years, students are studying for the case study 45 days only. All students. And the students are easily passing and they are scoring rank also. So the time is not short. It is more than enough to score. If you say that I am busy in the month of March, in the March, they are not releasing the pre-seen. They will release in April. So the question doesn't arise that I will not give exam, I cannot prepare, the time is short and all that. Time will always be this only, ma'am. So for that reason, a student can easily prepare within this time and can easily pass the exam. It's not a difficult exam. It's interesting to study, practical oriented. Obviously, writing practice is essential. If the student just read the model answers, just read the materials and all that, it is not enough for them to pass the exam. Okay, then Irfan Ali, James Wander, Jyoti Kothari, Lakshmi Devi.
Okay, say,
Sir.
I just wanted to ask something.
Yeah,
Okay, so how much this courses are you taking for? How much does it cost for
does it?
this is for Cima strategy? Yeah.
I'm not getting. You are telling that the question which they will be asking in the exam, what is the marks of the
No,
question?
no. I'm asking about the tuition fee for
My
this course.
coaching fees. My coaching
Yeah.
fees is for Cima, it is INR 43,499. In dollar, you divide by 80. 43,499 by 80, whatever will be coming in dollar.
Or 43,000.
43,499 precisely. 43,499. INR.
Or 439.
Indian currency. INR 43,499. So if you want in dollar, then divide by 80.
Okay.
Okay. Then,
Sir, one submission.
yeah.
Sir, you said now the broad headings of the syllabus strategy, internal, external analysis. How
Huh.
can we where will we get the materials? Are you providing some materials, or we are go through the Google Earth?
I will, no, not Google. I will say that. But I will not advise that a student need to read that, because there is one, you can say, a pocket notes, which is already given to you when you joined 3-4 months back. The
Yes,
pocket
sir.
notes. So this pocket notes you can refer, which is, you can say, a short write-up on the entire thing on the basis of diagrammatic presentation. So you can refer this like this, it is written. You will say that this is very short. Then in that case, you can refer the SBL study text. These all are there in the Google Drive. These all are there in the Google Drive. And you can read this in the study text. But both the things I will not advise. My advice is not this, sir. Because it is not the technical exam, na, that we need to remember the headings and this, that. When you are doing the question preparation, automatically based on the question, you will be able to prepare for a strategy. Not required to study from any particular material. I have given already in the Google Drive link, but I will not advise a student should be reading that. They can refer in short this one pocket notes, that much. But going into study text is not advisable because it is very, very heavy. Then we cannot give exam in 2 months, because you don't need to write any of these sentences or any of these headings in your answer.
Okay, sir.
You are
Thank you.
asking this because you have not studied anything in last 3 months. That I understand.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
This is very bad here. I'm telling that we need to study 1.5 hours daily. When you joined, then I said that you start doing the recordings, but you have not done a single recording. For that reason, you are asking this question. So
Yes,
this way,
sir.
if
Yes,
you
sir.
do, you will not be able to prepare for me also, believe me.
No, sir. Now I'm ready
So
to
yeah,
start.
you need,
Okay, sir.
once
Thank
again,
you.
you understand that everything is not caused. Suppose by doing Cima, are you going to get a lottery? I don't think so. But then if you think like that, then you will never be able to prepare. When I was doing my CA, at that time, the CA were doing jobs at around 5,000 to 8,000 per month. I'm not talking about 500 years ago. I'm talking about 95 to 2,000 belt, because I did my CA in 1998. And after doing CA, I did job for 8,000 per month. in a company called Hulda Properties Limited. It's a private company. Not there, already closed. Hulda Properties Limited. I worked 8,000 per month by doing CA, CS and CMA qualified. All 3 degree. And then I did job 8,000 per month in Kolkata, Hulda Properties. So if I will think like that, then to nobody can study. Why anybody will study to earn 8,000? You will say, sir, inflation kitna, sir? It is 5 times. 8,000 becomes 40,000. So nowadays, if somebody CS, CMA, CS qualified will be getting a job of 40,000 per month, I don't think so it is logical. You should be getting at least around 1,80,000, 1 lakh per month. That's a decent package. So you will be getting around 10 to 12 lakh ka package. But if you are getting 40,000, it's a package of around 4 to 5 lakh, which is very less. Huh? So if you think like that, then nobody will be able to prepare. How any qualification, how your knowledge will help you in life, you don't know. What will happen with your life? What God has kept for you in reserve, you don't know. So for that reason, don't correlate your study and the degree with your earnings, because the study will give you earnings in the long run. We are doing strategic study. Strategy is always long term. It is not for tomorrow. It is for 5, 10, 20 years. So you are doing any course for your growth of 5, 10, 20 years, not for tomorrow after 1 month what you will get. So since you take tension, for that reason I am saying this. Don't take tension.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Everything
Okay.
will be fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Because
you, sir.
God is kind. God is great. If you have not done anything bad for anybody, why the God will not be doing good things for you? There is
Yes,
many
sir.
good things are there for you in reserve, and you will be reaping the benefits in future. But while study,
Okay,
don't cause and effect, benefit, loss and all that. Because the study is not benefit loss. It's increasing your skills, increasing your knowledge, which will help you to work better, to earn better. Okay,
Thank you,
Atul.
sir.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Yes, Atul.
Sir, in Bangladesh, we are enjoying Ramadan, sir. So our office time is very limited, and now I am traveling to go to my home after closing office. Sir, I just simply want to know from now which material actually you prefer to study
The
for
material which I will be giving, sir, these materials are already given to you when you joined with us. This Lakshmi
Okay.
just now said, but I don't
Yeah, yeah.
advise that students should be using a study text because it is 1100 pages, sir. You will go mad.
Okay.
In place of that, students should be doing the previous term classes. Therefore, much better. Refer the previous term material that is much better as compared to this study text. When you do 1 or 2 classes, you will feel very happy. Like today, up till now, are you not understanding anything? You will say, sir, you have not taught anything. I will teach. You cannot say a single word, sir, I'm not understanding. My guarantee, sir.
Okay.
So you need to study, sir, both of you. You have taken the classes, you have taken the notes, and you have kept that. That's all. So that way you cannot pass, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
You start doing the recordings, you will understand, sir. But you don't need to do it because we have started. Whatever homework and all that I will be giving today, you all will be following that.
Okay.
Or,
Thank you, sir.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Anything else? Anybody? James Wander, anything to ask? Bhule Nilomo. Ayudeji. ठीक है. Now what I am doing? Okay, sir. But this number is no benefit for the time for being for me, sir. It's numbers who will copy from here. No point, sir. Okay? In the WhatsApp group, sir, those who are registered, they will be there, sir. Those who are registered with us, they will be there in the WhatsApp group. Those who are not registered, they cannot be in the WhatsApp group. Sorry, sir. Okay? Okay. Now, what we are doing, in place of going into discussing this technical part, what is a strategy and all that. I'm taking a case study which is released for March 2025 for ACCA. That case study, we are taking a base for discussing in coming 2 classes these things. That case study will not take 2 classes. Maybe it will take around today's class, some discussion. I will give some homework. You will write some answers by doing some research and all that. And I will discuss those answers in the next class along these lines. When I will discuss in the next class, then maybe all the things are not discussed. Then one class is still there before the pre-scene. I will discuss other things based on that pre-scene, even though the questions are not asked all these areas. So what is my objective in the today class and the next 2 classes? Based on a one pre-scene material, we will discuss all these things. That way we will discuss always these things. Not I am going to open the strategy. Strategy means long term, this, that, tajamul. When you are doing CSCA, you have multiple choice questions. So some technical study required. But here there is no multiple choice question. So no technical study required. Open-ended, practical-oriented study required based on the case study. So we are taking a base of March 2025 ACCA SBL case study to understand all these things in coming 2 classes. Okay. Now, why I am doing this? I have decided in my mind that I will be doing this. It is not that haphazard I am deciding. I am fully prepared for my class. What I need to teach, what I need to say, what I need to communicate, what we will be going to study already. Full planned study. Because success will come when we are fully planned. If we are not planned, success will never come. So I have already downloaded the pre-scene material of there is one pre-scene analysis. This is prepared by me for March, and one is the pre-scene material. Pre-scene content for March. This is a different type of case study. For that reason also I want to deal with this. This is a different type of case study. This is a case study about a charity. A charity who look after about amusement, about temples, about this, the prestigious assets of a country. To maintain that, there are charities all over the world. Like in India, for Tirupati temple, we have Tirupati charity. We have for, what do you say, any masjid, I don't remember, Jama Masjid or anything, there must be a charity. There are some places in India where the visitors or travelers do travel. To maintain that place, there are charities. So this is, you can say, a case study on a charity. And that charity is managing a big assets in a country. They are getting donations. They are getting grants from government. They are getting ticket sale prices from the customers, those who are visiting those places. And with that money, they are managing the assets. They are managing, they are repairing, they are replacing, they are maintaining, they are appointing staff, they are paying salary to them. That they are doing. Since a charity is a not-for-profit oriented organization, so it is very difficult in a not-profit oriented organization to maintain the business. Because not-for-profit, the objective is not profit, but then the expenditures should cover by the revenue, by donations, by ticket sale, by government grant, or by any other means. Whatever revenue we are getting, that revenue should cover our expenditures. We don't want anything extra. But if we talk about Tirupati temple, suppose in India, I am fully confirmed that the revenue which they are getting from the temple is 100 times greater than the expenditure which they are incurring to maintain the temple. Whatever they are paying to staff, whatever they are incurring expenditure for the sweets, prasad, whatever they are incurring expenditure for the maintenance and all that, it is far, 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 far lesser than what they are earning. So it is actually contributing to the government, to the society and all that. The society can do so many philanthropic activity with that money. Because if we talk of Cima Institute, ACCA Institute, if we talk of CMA Institute, any institute, they are a not-for-profit oriented organization. They all are taking money from you. You may be thinking that why they are taking money, but they are creating the materials, they are taking the exams, they are creating jobs, they are creating opportunities. For that, they have so many staff, they have operations, they have expenditures. So they need to cover the expenditures. For that, they need to earn. They are taking membership fee from us as a learning partner. They are taking membership fee from you, student membership. They are taking money from you for the course and all that. That they want to expend for the development. It is not about an institute, but it is about a charity which is maintaining the important places and how they are earning, how they are meeting the expenditures. That is written in the precede. Now, in these types of charity, how we will say that the charity is doing well? One thing, the revenue should be covering the expenditures, but then it is not for profit oriented. So if the profit is more or the revenue is very high, it's good. We can't say. There are other parameters. What can be the other parameters we should be saying about a charity who is doing this type of charity or this type of business? What should be the parameters to analyze the performance? Anybody? Huh? Atulji. Ashok, yes. Tell me.
Number of visitors or pilgrims, like that.
That means increase in the number of visitors.
Correct.
Year after year, the number of visitors should be increasing.
Yes.
In percentage term.
Correct.
Suppose the number of visitors last year were 1 million. So this year it should be 1.1 million, 10% more. Any other parameters by which we can analyze their performance?
Donations.
The amount of donations they are able to attract from the government, from the private people, from the businessman, from Tata,
Yeah.
Percentage increase in the donation inflows. Any other parameter?
Maintaining some accommodations from charity institutions for visitors, and then they allot some accommodation for visitors. They collect the revenue from there.
These parameters which we are discussing in technical language, they are called key performance indicators, KPI. In technical language, in books, it is written KPI, key performance indicators. For the business, for the whole organization, for a department, for a division, for a staff, for anything. When you analyze anything, then it is called key performance indicators. So just now you were asking, sir, where we will study? Indirectly, we are studying strategy. Under strategy, they have written how to measure the performance of the strategy, how to measure the business. They have written KPI. But if you read from here, suppose I said, pocket notes, you will open, you will find KPI, but you will not like that. But when we are discussing based on this, you are liking, you are understanding much better way. So it's not that I need to put a word that is strategy, but when I'm discussing the pre-scene, automatically the things are being done. So it's not bookish study, it's practical oriented study. For that reason, it is enjoying. For every business, we need to understand what are the key parameters for the business, for the industry. So you said accommodation, but do every charity provide accommodation to the visitors? Do every charity
providing?
Those who are not providing, then you just go there, visit there, see that, and then come back. Then what?
So this charity is also doing commercial activities, it is mentioned there.
Commercial activity means sale of tickets. Commercial activity means maybe some souvenir, some merchandise they are selling. Clothes, this, that. सभी जगह आप देखे होंगे. You must have seen that people visit there and they sell. So that is called commercialization. Because the charity need to cover their expenditures. So when the people go anywhere and they like the place, they want to buy souvenirs, clothes, some leaflets, some, what do you say, some painting, this, that, all these things are there. So they are selling that, and that is named as commercialization. We can say that when they are doing that, what is the percentage increase in revenue from those things? We can say that percentage satisfaction of customer level. When the customer are visiting, you must have visited anywhere. And after visiting, you are given a form to rate the different type of services there. And you rate them on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, this, that. Then how many positive recommendation? You can say that positive feedback. The percentage of positive feedback or the negative feedback should be coming within this percentage. Those who are working in the charity, they are working. Some are volunteers. They are not getting any salary, but at least they are being covered for their out-of-pocket expenditures. But if there are so many employees working in the charity, are they treated properly? Are they satisfied? Is the labor turnover proper? Or are they getting the salary properly? Or when they get the donations and all that, that need to be used for the proper purpose. It cannot be used for any purpose what they want. The donations are given for a specific purpose, which is called fund accounting. So the fund received for a particular purpose, whether it is used for that purpose only, that also is a parameter. And
Sir, channelizing preaching through IT tools, which can increase the number of participants in a particular charity.
so you want
That
to
can
see that
be-
presence in social media, website, navigation.
Exactly. Navigation.
Once you go
TV,
in the
all
page,
those.
I meant to say what? You are pagal by saying that, and you want to go there, you want to visit there. So that attraction should be there on the website, you know? Because whenever we visit any place, whenever we go for traveling, we do search on Google, we do search on their website, we do search from different social media channels. So they need to do a good type of marketing. That should be less expensive, that should be giving better return, and that should be a better presentation. In everything in the world is marketing only, sir. What we will do? Nothing can be done without that. So a charity will be able to attract persons by doing proper marketing. So you can say that how many attractions they have done through social media, through the website. Because somebody went into website and then they decided to visit the charity. That means they are satisfied with the website presentation and all that. So that is also a parameter. You can see that there are many parameters in financial term, in non-financial term, in customer term, in volunteers term, in fund utilization term, in profit term, in commercialization term. Different parameters are there, and those parameters will help us to analyze the performance of the charity, that in future it will be able to continue. In future it will be getting proper revenue to cover their expenditures. Now, in charity, some problems arises in any business. Like in Tirupati, do you have heard the recent problem in around 2 months, 3 months?
Prasadam.
Laddu Prasadam.
They are using beef,
Yes, yeah.
ghee and then some.
So this problem is not exceptional. This type of things happen in big charity in UK, in Europe, in Switzerland, in many places. Not Laddu Prasadam, but whatever, man. So when these types of problems will arise, how we will tackle? You will find that the Laddu Prasadam, that problem was publicized in every TV channel. You open the TV, you will find that is only running for coming 10-15 days. Now it is gone. It is old thing. But for that time, everybody is saying that only on Rasta, you can say. Everybody is saying this. This they are doing and all that, whether it is correct or not, if it is correct, why it has happened. Obviously, there is internal control issue. Obviously, there are cheat people. Obviously, the operations are not properly managed. By reading the stuff, by reading the question, You need to, when this question, when we are reading this pre-seen material, obviously we need to go with the Laddu Prasadam thing. What happened into that? You need to do some research. Maybe here it is not coming, but by reading that stuff, you will be able to understand if this type of problem will happen, how we will be able to manage. So when I prepare the notes, I will prepare in my notes those things. I will share with you, because you will find that my pre-scene analysis notes is always there, always, for every pre-scene. Okay? This is, you can say, helping you that other than these 10 pages notes, preparing some more detail, what happened recently in big charities, what problem they face, how they handled during the time of Corona, what happened, those types of things I have written. Because I know that in the exam something will be coming. Now, how this charity business is managed? Like in a company, there are board members, CFO, CEO, marketing director, HR director, finance director, chairman, and all that. Then there are non-executive director, audit committee, risk committee, and all that. And then there are managers, staff, junior, this, that. How the charity business is managed? Same way. At the top level, there are board trustees. Those trustees will take strategic decisions about the charity. Strategic decisions means any decision which is going to affect the charity for a long term. Any decision which is going to affect the charity in totality, not only a particular department or a division. Like they have mentioned that they are managing some 100, 200 places at some place. So that when a strategic decision is taken, it is taken for those 100, 200 places. Like in the company, there are board members, there are CEO, CFO, there are marketing director, HR director, and all that. Similarly, here we are saying trustee board members. Under the trustee, there are, you can say, the trustees are chairman. The trustees are, you can say, the type of non-executive director, senior level persons. But for managing day-to-day affairs and all that, within the trustee, there is a subsidiary committee, subcommittees. The subcommittees is composed of CEO, some operations head and all that. Those are there. They will be taking day-to-day decisions and helping the trustees to take the long-term decisions. And then within that, there are staff, there are volunteers who are there. You can say that in a trustee, there are sometimes government are also there representing their person, because the trustee is actually the government ownership. So the government is concerned with that. So you can see that like in a normal business, the structure is that the top level, middle level, lower level. Similarly, the top level, middle level, lower level. Whenever any problem arises, then those problems need to be dealt with at junior level first of all. And after the junior level, middle level, and after middle level, senior level. The Laddu Prasadam, the problem is at all the levels, junior, medium, higher. The higher level are deciding with whom we will be doing the contract, what parameters we will be checking, how the supplier will be selected, blah, blah. Then the medium level, you can say those who are the managerial level persons, those who are managing day-to-day affairs. Are they following the instructions of the top management? How any supplier was selected, when he has given the wrong product, whether it was not checked, whether it is not properly checked under the parameters. If it is checked, the checking process is not proper. The checking process has faults which we need to improve, or if it is not checked, why it was not checked and all that, that system need to change. And even if that wrong product are used, those who are making the product, are they not able to smell that it is giving a bad kind of a smell? There may be some problem. So what you can say those who are doing the cooking, those who are making the ingredients ready, what they are doing, man. You know? And after that, there should be a final authority, should be checking for prasadam. Then the final authority, what they are doing, what type of checking there. That means in the entire system, there are loopholes, there are problems, there are issues. Maybe it came to know now, but it is happening for such a long time. Why this has happened, where we need to improve, what system we need to change, because it's an internal control issue. The audit is not properly done in the past. The internal control has issue that need to be managed so that this problem will not arise again. And because of that, the problem in the market, in the social media, people will not taking the prasadam. People will not be visiting the Tirupati temple. So the 100 times, 200 times, whatever the wealth is there, what will happen to that? How it will be coming again? So we need to take a strong stance that this type of thing will not be happening again. We should come out in the public domain, in the social media and everywhere. Why this has happened? We need to accept the fault and we need to say that this has actually happened. But this has happened for this. Now this has rest. This is controlled. This will not happen in future. And we are apologizing and all that. Because when you have done some mistake, you need to accept that. If you don't accept your mistake, never you are a good person. But then people, human beings are that nobody accepts our mistake. We always think that we are always correct. That's the problem. I always say that if the student don't pass, they will say, sir is very bad. I will say student is very bad. We are not saying that. I'm not saying I'm not bad. But if you are not passing, there is some fault in me also. Na? I have not taught you properly. I have not given you guidance properly. There is some problem in you also. You have not done the homework. We should accept each other's mistake. But you can say that whenever the problem arises, one, the problem should not be repeated again. Those who have done fault, they should be penalized. They should not be left behind. And stern action should be taken, the system should improve, and at the same time, we should be accepting our wrong process. We should be accepting our problems, and we should be communicating to the society that this has been done wrong. So I saw some news channel and all that, I think Aaj Tak. It was saying that how we will be able to identify that it had Charbi, this, that, these are the tests and all that. So you can say that those tests need to be implemented if we are not implemented earlier, so that the problems of this kind will not arise in future. Believe me, whatever exam came, whatever question came in the exam, abhi they have not produced because March result will be coming around 15th April. When the result will be out, they will publish some questions which came in the exam and the answers. I am giving guarantee relating to the charity, something relating to that must have came. This is the problem, this has happened, how you resolve, what should be done, what internal control process, what auditing, what this, why this risk arises, how this risk can be managed. Now, Lakshmi, what you will read from any material for this? Is the material is writing about a charity? No material is writing. So what you will read from the strategic material? Nobody should be studying the case study like this. If you read from the material, then it's you can say CA-CM exam. Those are non-practical exam. This is practical exam. You need to deal with practical issues. You don't think in the exam you are giving exam for a question you are writing answer. You need to think that you are working in Tirupati temple. You are an auditor. You are a government staff. You are this. How you will be able to identify the problem, how you can resolve, what should be done, whether it will be adequate, what should be done in future so that the problem will not arise again. That is our role in the exam, which cannot be possible by reading from these material pocket notes and all that. Koi fayda nahi. When I'm giving you a question and you are writing the answer, now at that time you are referring this to apply this in the answer. For that reason, I said you do research. You don't write the answer straight away. When the question is given to you, you research. But don't copy paste from here anything in your answer. That's again a request. You are doing research in ChatGPT. Do that, no problem. But don't copy paste ChatGPT answer here. I will understand. Because our language, maybe we are Englishman, will be different. And ChatGPT language will be different. And there are software, when you put, it will say that you have taken from ChatGPT. I don't have those software, but I'm just saying that. The write-up of the student will make me understand that this is from ChatGPT. If I'm sharing, you will find so many things cannot be my language. So many things. But this is not that I'm giving exam and I'm writing this. If I'm giving exam, I will also be preparing in writing on my own. I cannot copy paste from ChatGPT. ठीक है. So, first of all, they have given in the pre-scene material about this charity industry. What is this charity? What they function? How they do? Then they have written about the charity about whom they are talking. That our company, our charity, what are the activities they are doing? What is their board composition? How they are managing their functions? What are the activities they are doing? Then they have written that in our charity, how we are managing the affairs, what is our financial results, the donation, the revenue, the visitors, different type of details they have given. Then they are saying that in our business, what are the risks which we are facing? What are the problem areas in our business? Then they have given some KPI of ours and the pre-scene is over. Pre-scene ko khatam kar diya, over kar diya. And then based on this pre-scene in the exam, we will be getting questions. We will be getting unseen portion. I'm not reading line by line. When I will be sharing this with you, then you will be need to go through once for half an hour, 1 hour to read this once so that you understand what is written in the pre-scene. Just major areas where the reading is essential. You can say trustees, main head, executive management below the trustees, then other employee and volunteers, the lowest level staff. Donors, members, all stakeholders are written. Those who are giving money and all that. Donations, what type of revenues we can earn. Donation, membership fees, admission fees, and commercial activities, which we can say that sale of merchandise and all that. Heritage, what are the expenditures, site operating expenses, site maintenance expenses, administration cost. Heritage challenges. Our charity name is Heritage. What are the challenges we are facing? And then they have written the key performance indicators. Under financial membership fee, whether it is growing, donations, whether it is growing, site admission, whether it is increasing, income from commercial activities, shops and catering, whether it is increasing, expenditure, whether we are able to control operating margin. These are all financials. Non-financial, number of members, number of donors, number of volunteers, number of visitors, educational, number of education visits to sites, because in all these sites, the researchers do visit. So how many educationalists and researchers have visited the sites? What they have done the research? Training days, training employed, conservation and preservation. Hours spent on conservation, on objects. You can say this is recycling and sustainability. And satisfaction level of staff, of visitors and all. And environment, again sustainability. Then the background of our charity, that is historic places, operates in the heritage charity and founded 120 years ago. They have 350 sites over 300 years old. This charity is 120-year-old. The name of the charity is HP and it has 350 sites which are 300 years old. A background of the charity. Then the mission and vision to satisfy the needs of the visitors and all that. Protect the assets of the government. Governance, how we are governing. The chairman, the nominated trustees, and the members elected are managing. The chief executive is on the top. The operation, finance, marketing, HR, IT directors are there. We say that this is a functional type of organization. These are all managing each function and they are being managed by the CEO. You can say that my company is like this only. In my company, there are not directors, but there is 2-3 persons for counseling, 2 persons for marketing, 1 or 2 persons for video editing, 1 or 2 persons for administration, accounts. So alag, one HR is there, not director, wahi HR hai bas, ek hi person hai. You can see that. They are having functional structure. Code of conduct, that is how anybody should be behaving, how that anybody should be doing the duty. Code of conduct is there in my organization also. They have acquisition of sites, operation, how they are acquiring, how they are operating the sites, the shareholders, members, employees, how they are satisfying different types of stakeholders, the risk, threat of reputation, threats to income, loss of employee, insufficient financial resources, poor performance by suppliers and contractors, business problem, you can say, health and safety of visitors, of staff, climate and weather changes, and cyber security. In the website of the company, what are the things there? The website should inspire, should access, engage, involve, because just now Tajamul said, how anybody will be visiting any place unless and until you are not getting the feeling. And then for the parameters, for some of the parameters, they have given year-wise 2000 to 2003. In last 4 years, what is the income level? The income level was around 740, 730, and it has reached to around 800 in 4 years. Income in $1 million. Then a split of income. The income which is today is around $800 million. That income, the highest portion is membership fee. Donations is second. Admission, catering, and shop. The membership fee is approximately 350 million out of 800 million. This is for 2013 only. This is from 10 to 13. So on 13, total is 800. Out of 800, the 350 is our membership. That means in a charity, people are member, and every year they pay by the membership fee or maybe one-time membership. Like you are the Cima and ACCA member as a student member. So you need to pay a student membership fee every year till the time you don't complete the course. So maybe annual membership fee, maybe a one-time fee. Those members are given privilege whenever they visit those places. For that reason, the members, and at the same time, it is a major source of income. Donations also from government, from businessman, admission fees, those who are admitting, they are booking the tickets and all that, catering and shops. This catering and shops is what? Commercialization. So these all are four same, but this is more than double. So membership is very important for this type of charity. Whether the members are increasing or not, whether the membership fee is increasing or not, we need to check. Operating expenses, last 3 years, they have also gone up like anything. Maybe in the last 3 years, we have started serving more and more places, but is 350 is not from beginning, it is adding. So in that case, the expenses are also increasing. Just like the revenue goes up, similarly, the expenses have also gone up. It is from 660 to around 750. So still, if you consider in 2013, 800 minus 750, the net income is 50. A split of operating expenses, that is these expenses in 2013. The major each site operate karne ka, maintenance and administration. Administration, salary, volunteer and all that. And the two more diagram, number of visits, members, non-members. Those who are members, they may not be paying anything or they may be paying very less. But then those non-members, they are paying very good. The numbers are increasing. It is around 26.7 or 29 million in last 3 years. For all these things, we should calculate the annual growth, because this is the growth in 3 years gap. 26.6 pakad lo, 26.7 to 29.1. 26.7 becomes 29.1. So 29.1 divided by 26.6, the whole to the power 1 by 3. 29.1 divided by 26.6, the whole to the power 1 by 3. Because in 3 years or in 1 year. Anybody, if having calculator, can say? Anybody is using calculator in the class? If not, we can use an Excel. No problem. Just increasing the font size. It is 29.1 divided by 26.6 to the power 1/3, the whole thing minus 1. So it is coming 0.0304. We can say approximately 3% per annum. We can calculate this type of growth rate for other factors also. You will say, sir, you have not calculated for others. When I share the notes, I will show all the calculations. But in the exam, this calculation nobody require. You just need to remember that the growth rate in the number of visitors is 3% per annum. On an average, 3% per annum, number of visits every year increasing for last 3 years. Normally, what should be the growth? The number of visits should be growing by 3% or should be growing at a faster pace. What do you all think? On a standalone basis, it is difficult to say. But normally we say that the growth rate should be in double digit 10% plus. So it is the growth, but it is not increasing at the pace which should be there. Okay? Maybe there are some issues. Number of members. Members and non-members. What is the difference between these two graphs? This is a number of visits. This is a number of members. What is the difference?
Members paying the member fees.
They are
Visitors.
only paying the member fee. Whether they are visiting or not, we don't know. This is the number of persons who are visiting every year in those 300 places which we own, which we are maintaining. So these are only taking membership. So the membership was 4.8 to 5.15. We can also calculate in 3 years what is the average growth. So the number of members, you can see this was growing very well, but just that in 2012 to 13, it has down. Otherwise, it is growing like this rocket. But now in the current year, gone down. So the performance is deteriorated in this year only, in 2013. Maybe some issue. And then nothing they have given. If it would have been Cima, then in Cima, they will give the financials, PL account, balance sheet, or everything. They may be giving about the competitor also some detail. They will be giving newspaper articles, newspaper clips, some of the issue about the charity and all that, some detail extra. 10 pages extra in the Cima pre-seen material, but in ACCA, they are not giving here the financials and all that. If they want, they will be giving you in the exam in the unseen portion. But here they have not given those financials. ACCA is not giving the detail very much. They are just giving you information about the industry, about the company, about their business, about their board structure, about their challenges, about their KPI, and some diagrams. Finish. That's all. The way they are giving the pre-seen material for ACCA student. Now, based on that, a question paper. In the question paper, there are 4 to 5 exhibits. Exhibits is additional information in the exam. Okay? This is not came in the exam. This is, you can say, taken from Astranti, and then we are using in the class. Normally, for ACCA, the question paper, mock papers are not prepared other than Astranti, anybody. Kaplan, BPP are not preparing. Why? Because they are saying that the period is very short. In 15 days, reading the pre-seen and preparing the mock paper is very difficult. So it is only available in UK from Astranti. So from Astranti, they have been taken, and it is, you can see, one of the paper. It is just saying about the pre-seen material. Now exhibit 1 from here. What is the exhibit 1 they are talking? Sorry. Proposal for pilot event hosting initiative. There is one information about pilot event hosting initiative. They will be hosting some event in those places. Pilot event hosting initiative. From the marketing director, this is a mail or some write-up to the CEO and the board trustees proposal for pilot event hosting initiative to secure additional revenue for conservation and education. We propose expanding our use of heritage sites for private events. That means anybody can do marriage, anybody can celebrate birthday, some parties and all that. They are not doing, but they are proposing. Marketing director is proposing to secure additional revenue for conservation and education, for our development, for our education, for our staff, for our maintenance, to generate more revenue. We propose expanding our use of heritage sites for private events, including weddings, corporate functions, and high-end hospitality experiences. Private events, including weddings, corporate functions, and high-end hospitality experiences. Our review identifies 20 sites that are both historically significant and structurally suitable for event hire. So out of 300, on 20 sites, we should be offering this. Marketing director is proposing this. Financial model and event volume. Estimated revenue per event, 50 to 60,000 for wedding, for corporate events, 45 to 65,000, and for other private hire, it will be 30 to 50,000. Events per site, that is on 20 sites, every site there will be 15, 10 and 5 events. So in a year, 15 plus 5, 25 plus 5, 30 events, 30 into 20, 600 events. The total events into 20 they have done, 600 events. Total gross revenue, so they have taken 300 into 50,000, 300 into 60,000, and the average they have written 27 millions to 36 million. Estimated cost, percentage of revenue, 35, 30 and 25%. Staff, security, maintenance, catering, event coordination, logistics, catering, and site adoption and extra staffing. Total cost they have taken the lower level into 35% and higher level into 35. The net contribution from the revenue minus the cost, what is we are going to earn. This is a proposal that we should start operating events. Operational, this is also a commercialization. Operational consideration. A dedicated event subsidiary will handle booking, catering, security, and compliance. How we will do this? We will create a subsidiary, a business model, separate entity, and who will manage booking, catering, security for all these events. Strict heritage protection guidelines will be followed to minimize disruption. Strict heritage protection guidelines will be followed to minimize disruption, because in the event so many persons are coming. Maybe they will be destroying the place. So there is strict guidelines for that. And engagement is required with volunteers and long-standing donors to maintain support. Engagement is required with volunteers. More and more volunteers will be required, and long-standing donors to maintain support. Long-standing donors to maintain support. Why long-standing donors we require? Because with the donations, we will be able to offer these things. Because with the donation money, we will be creating at 20 places the area where these events will be happening. To create that area, we require money. So we require the support of donations, and we require the volunteers to manage this. Operational consideration, these are. This is exhibit 1. In CIMA, when they give the exhibit, they will give the question here only on that. But in ACCA, they are giving all the exhibit, then they will give the question in one go. Board meeting minutes on proposed events strategy. Board meeting minutes. For that strategy, there is a board meeting discussion. Chairman, we have all seen the proposal for expanding our private event offering. This could be a significant shift in how we generate revenue. Let's discuss any concern before we move forward with detailed planning. The chairman's job in any meeting is to start the discussion about any agenda. So the chairman has started the discussion in the board meeting. You think that the board meeting is there, we all are, and I am the chairman. I have started the agenda. Now Mr. Ashok is CEO. He is saying, this initiative has the potential to provide substantial funding for conservation and education, but it's a major operational change, and we need to be realistic about the challenges. बोलता है भैया ठीक है, there will be revenues, but there will be operational challenges on our entire assets. We need to be ready for those challenges. So Mr. Ajay is raising a red flag. Now finance director, Mr. Finance Director is Atul Ghani. The projected revenue is substantial, but the costs are significant too. Event management is resource intensive. And if we don't control cost tightly, then net contribution could be much lower or maybe negative also. Finance Director is saying financial thing. The cost can escalate like anything. We need to be very controlled relating to the cost. Trustee A, I see the financial need, but we must be clear on how we communicate this to donors and members. If they perceive this as an over-commercialization, we could see resistance, especially from long-term supporters. The members will not, we cancel the membership, the visitors will not visit and all that, because we are destroying the, the name, fame and everything of this. So for that reason, we need to first of all take the approval from them, communicate them effectively. Trustee B, we also need to consider reputational risk. Some sites are deeply symbolic, and hiring them out for private functions could damage our standing as a heritage charity. How do we ensure this does not compromise our core mission? Suppose in Tirupati, can you go and arrange a marriage function? Anybody? Do you know? If you are from India, you will go in Tirupati temple and you arrange a marriage function in Tirupati temple. Is this allowed?
Sir.
Not allowed.
Yeah.
Not allowed. It is not a normal temple that you go and do this. So for that reason, the second trustee is saying that there are many out of the 20 places are very symbolic places. Can we do these types of private activities there just to generate revenue? Is a question mark. Operations director, scale is my biggest concern. We are looking at 600 events per year across 20 city sites. Volunteers alone won't be enough. Managing security, logistics, catering, visitors, disruption will require a specialist event team, and I am not convinced we can transform smoothly without major upheaval. But yeah, 600 load to manage 600 people, just the volunteers. We require good team, support team, increase in expenditure, fixed expenditures, and that too also proper trained person. Okay. The marketing director is saying market trends are strongly in favor. Bhaiya, bahut achhe. Research from industry reports suggests that demand for unique, high-end venues have been growing significantly. Research from industry reports suggests that demand for unique, high-end venues has been growing significantly. It is growing. There are many wealthier persons who want to do this type of thing. Many organizations are willing to pay a premium for locations that offer exclusively an historical significance. Tajamul, in your organization, are they arranging corporate affairs like this?
Yes, sir. Every year we are doing
they are ready to pay the premium because they want to make happy Tajamul and all the staff. Anna? It's, you can say, how we need to expand it. That was second exhibit. Different directors have different views. Somebody are in favor, somebody not, somebody saying this, that. Now email from the chair of the board, from the chairman, review of governance, oversight and risk concerns. Senior advisor, chair of the board, chairman of the board has given a mail to the chair of the board, to the senior advisor, sorry. Following our recent review of HP's oversight of the event hosting subsidiary, several issues have emerged that need board attention. Firstly, the absence of trustee representation within the subsidiary management raises concern about ensuring alignment with HP's core mission. Without a strong oversight, there is a risk that commercial objectives could begin to overshadow or heritage properties. In the subsidiary, there will not be any representative of the trustees and all that. So they will be doing their own and they will not be thinking about the charity's basic mission vision. Additionally, reporting from the subsidiary has been primarily financial, offering little insights into how events affect public access or conservation activities. Additionally, reporting from the subsidiary has been primarily financial, offering little insights into how events affect public access or conservation activities. A broader reporting framework may be necessary to monitor the full impact of operations. Informal advisory roles taken or by some trustees also present a potential conflict of interest, especially as commercial. बोलता है कि that subsidiary will be reporting what will be the inflow, outflow and all that. They will not be reporting the heritage and all that. So reporting systems should change. Share stakeholders' concern are also growing, with members and donors expressing unease about reduced public access and a perceived shift away from the HP's conservation focus. Volunteers have raised similar issues, particularly around the increase. The company, I meant to say the charity is focusing mission, vision, conservation. But like this, the conservation will not be possible. The volunteers and others are raising question on the conservation of the resources. Finally, there are reputation and compliance risk if the expansion is seen as compromising mission or breaching charity supervisory board guidelines. There are also the potential for resource. Here in these 2-3 paragraphs, we need to read categorically. I read earlier, not now. Read earlier, they have written about their company's mission, vision, goals, and objectives. So that need to be correlated with this while doing this. Something is just going to give income. We will do that. No, sir. We need to satisfy all the stakeholders. We need to think from different angles, because that is called strategic decision. And then definitely this is going to be the last exhibit, email from the CEO. The senior leadership team, CEO, leadership and financial consideration for event hosting expansion. As we approach the next stage of reviewing our event hosting initiative, it is becoming clear that several leadership and resource challenges need to be addressed to ensure this expansion. So leadership and resource issues are there. Firstly, feedback from site managers suggests a growing concern about staff and volunteer engagement. Feedback from site managers suggests growing concern about staff and volunteer engagement. While there is enthusiasm for generating additional revenue to support conservation, some employees and volunteers have expressed unease about the potential shift towards commercial events. There is worry that increased focus on event logistics could detract from heritage conservation priority, and particularly at sites. Conservation of resources. Only money is not the matter, bhai. Additionally, as we begin evaluating sites regardless, readiness for event hosting, I am concerned about whether our current leadership structures are adequate for this growth. Site managers are already balancing regular operations, and if this initiative proceeds, they will need additional support to manage logistics without compromising conservation. Somebody is coming from here, from there to take it to the event place, not other areas, and all that is a very big problem, sir. In the big 5-star, 7-star hotel, when you go, so many logistic things are there that we need to arrange. From a financial perspective, the board has requested a clear assessment of whether the projected return justify the additional investment in staffing, infrastructure, and administrative support. With rising costs across the sector and current economic pressure in ERDC, we must ensure that every expansion decision reflects a careful balance between revenue potential and operational feasibility. That means whatever the expenditure we need to incur, we need to do a proper analysis that the expenditure will be covered through the activity or not. I would appreciate your input on how we can ensure that HP has the right leadership structure and operational capacity in place to oversee this initiative effectively. We will be able to give this a proper result. And then based on the 4 exhibits, they are giving some questions. Task 1, task 2, task 3. When we will be reading these tasks, it is very essential that we focus that which task is related with which exhibit. The first exhibit, that's financial proposal. The second exhibit, the board meeting. The third exhibit, the chairman saying, and the fourth exhibit, the CEO saying. That's the 4 exhibit. Now, the task 1, which is of 40 marks. Tajamul, how much time would have been gone in the exam in reading the 4 exhibits? Or Monish, if you are in the exam hall, how much time is gone already in reading the exhibit 1, 2, 3, 4?
At least 15 to 20 minutes.
15 minutes.
I will say on an average 20 to 30 minutes. If I'm there, I will be reading around 20 to 30. Maybe 20 minutes I will finish, maybe 3, 4 minutes here and there. So out of your 3 hour, 20 minutes already gone. You are left with 2 hour, 40 minutes now. And you are reading still the question requirement, then you can write. HP is considering a new commercial initiative, hosting carefully controlled events at selected heritage sites. HP means the company name, wedding and corporate functions. The initiative aims to generate additional income to fund HP's core mission. The Board of Trustees has requested further clarity on the justification of this initiative. Prepare 2 presentation slides with accompanying speaker notes, which can be presented at the next board meeting. Explain the strategic rationale for hosting private events at strategic heritage sites and outline how this initiative aligns with the HP mission. Now, this type of question which is asking you need to prepare PowerPoint slides. This does not come in Cima exam. This only come in ACC exam. Why? Because in Cima software, they have not given the PowerPoint presentation. So for that reason, in Cima exam, all the questions are just writing on the Word file. But in ACC exam, they are giving you the PowerPoint slides so that you can write in the slides. You don't need to prepare the slides, but slides. What do we mean by slides? PowerPoint slides means you will write some bullet points, 2, 3 points, and then you will explain those bullet points below. This homework will be given to you all. You all will be writing the answer. But I'm just saying that Cima don't think that, sir, we don't receive this. Hey, bhai, in practical world, you are preparing PowerPoint PPT. So you write 3, 4 points, 3, 4, I meant to say bullet points on the slides, and then explain those bullet points below. That is one slide. So relating to strategic rationale for hosting private events, one slides, and relating to how this initiative aligns with the HP mission, another slide. Now for answering this, I need to read the company's mission, vision, goals, and objectives which they have written. But suppose I have not read. I'm just saying these are very old properties, 300 years old, very heritage one. The government is very much concerned. They are the pride of the country. So just earning is not the objective. The others objective also need to be taken into consideration. So relating to strategic rationale for hosting private events at selected heritage sites. As a rational person, do you think that hosting private events at selected heritage sites will be good? What are the bullet points? Suppose one bullet points, increase in the revenue to achieve our long-term mission. Increase in the revenue or income to achieve our long-term mission. Second bullet point. Conservation. But what I will write in the second one, outline how the initiative aligns with the HP mission. Because we need to do something which is suiting our mission. So first of all, first one, because at least 2, 3 bullet points you need to write. The first bullet point, we have said ki bhaiya, the first bullet point is about the additional revenue for meeting our long-term objectives, long-term targets. The second bullet points.
Increase in number of visitors.
Can we say this?
Sorry?
Can we say this increase in number of visitors? Because those who are coming in the events, they will be visiting that place also.
Correct.
Or much relevant thing here, if we want to use much relevant point.
So increase in awareness due to visitors visit.
Okay. Looking much better as compared to what Ashok said. Okay. Yes. One more point.
And this will also increase in the marketing of the property, heritage property.
Commercialization.
Commercialization.
More
Yeah.
commercialization.
Yes.
Now you need to explain these three things in some 3-4 lines, all these 3 points. One slide is complete. Generally in ACCA for 12 marks, they are asking a question out of task 1, 2, 3, anywhere. One question on a PowerPoint slide. They are asking always 2 slides. You will put the heading for the slide. You will put 2, 3 bullet points, and then you will explain those bullet points that they are asking in every exam. It's a very easy, solid marks to score. It's not very difficult. I have not read recently because I read around 20th March only when it came. Then I forget. Abhi mere I 20th March, nahi, 20th Feb, because March the exam already over. 20th Feb around it came, I read, and then I made the notes. So when I read on the top, then we will be able to make a better notes. But Lakshmi, for this, which material you will read? Lakshmi, for you only when you ask the question.
Yeah, sir.
For doing the answer for this, which material you will read for strategy and all that? Nothing, man. And for your Cima case study also nothing. So no point reading these SBL study text and all that. By I'm telling all of you, don't read this study text and all that. Not required. When you are writing this answer, okay, and you are thinking that you need to have some basic technical knowledge for that, you can refer, maybe you can refer my YouTube video, you can refer some notes, but straight away reading the technical stuff from any book is waste of time. Because every case study will be different. Even we don't know what will be our case study. This is the case study came in the past. The new case study about which industry and all that, nobody knows. So you need to prepare based on that case study. So reading study text and this pocket notes is not advisable. When you are writing the answers for this, you want to refer some technical stuff, you can. But not reading the technical stuff to prepare for the exam. That's the wrong way of study. We will not be able to pass the exam like that. Okay? Professional skill marks, they are always saying that is free. If you are writing the answer as per requirement, you are covering the requirement, you are writing a proper length of answer, automatically all the professional marks you will be getting. This 4 we will be getting free. Nothing to be written for this. In CIMA, they don't write 4 marks professional separately. The professional marks are included in the normal marks. Now they are saying the proposed event hosting initiative represents a major expansion of HP activities. While it is expected to generate substantial revenue for conservation, concerns have been raised about how HP will maintain service quality, protect its reputation, and ensure performance excellence as commercial events become a core part of its site operation. The CEO has asked you to assess how HP can maintain high standard across all sites, ensuring the event meet operational, heritage, and reputational expectation. This is actually, they are using the 4th exhibit. Because whatever the CEO said is repeated here, the 4th exhibit is repeated here. Based on the 4th exhibit, they are asking some question. Prepare briefing notes for CEO. Prepare briefing notes for the CEO that evaluates how HP can ensure operational excellence and protect its reputation while implementing the event hosting initiative. Whenever the word evaluate means pros and cons, advantage, disadvantage, benefits, demerits, merits, demerits, like that. When you write a point, you need to cover both aspects. Again, I'm reading. Prepare briefing notes for the CEO that evaluate how HP can ensure operational excellence and protect its reputation while implementing the event hosting initiative. To ensure operational excellence, we can say that we need to hire new employees specifically for event purpose and new volunteers. When we will hire new employees and new volunteers, depending upon the requirement of 600 sites at a time, how many will, because not 600 events will be working on one day. Maybe suppose out of 25 sites, 5 events are working on a single day. If you think, so 5 events are working, that means for 5 events, how many employees and how many, volunteers we will be requiring. That much volunteers and employees either may be taken from existing operations if they are idle. If not, then we need to hire another. And even though there are no events, then in that case, they need to be paid wages and salaries, whatever is required. When those will be there, we will be able to manage, but they need to be trained properly. They need to be communicated properly, how they will be functioning, how they will be managing. There can be problems that somebody is absent. There can be problem that somebody is not following the instructions. There can be problem that even though they are working, but they are not able to satisfy the clients. The clients are not satisfied. They have reduced the payment. These things can happen. Those operational issues should be under control when we will be doing this. Nowhere it is written. It is just if I want to do something else extra, whatever I am doing, and continuously, I need to have separate staff, volunteers. They will be new person. They need to be trained. They need to be paid salary, even though the event are not happening. And if they are not performing properly, there will be problems. They will be, so many persons may be creating a unionization, and they will be affecting others also. Because evaluate means what? Advantage, disadvantage, positive, negative. Both the aspects need to be covered by writing each point. Suppose 12 marks. Generally, we say 1 point each, 3 to 4 marks. So you need to write 3 points, and each point you need to explain merits, demerits, advantage, disadvantage. 1 point, 2 paragraph, merit, demerits, or 1 paragraph. Another point, 2 paragraph or 1 paragraph. Another point, 2 paragraph or 1 paragraph. How much time you are going to take to write this? Out of 100 marks, the 20 marks is free. For that, there is no write-up. 80 marks, the write-up is required. Reading the exhibit, you take around 20 minutes. So you are having out of 180, 20 minutes gone. So you are left with 160 minutes, 80 marks. That means 80 marks, 162 minutes per marks. 12 marks, 24 minutes. 24 minutes into 1.5 line, 36 line answer. 36 line means 35 to 40 line you need to write. 35 to 40 line in 3 to 4 points. Don't write 12 points. Don't become BCom Balachin. 1 line, 2 line, 1 line, 2 line, 1 line, 1 line, 1 line, and you are writing 40 points. That's a very bad way of writing the answer. Laddu. We will be getting laddus. If we want full mark, proper marks, what is the requirement? What are the relevant points? For each point, I will be getting 3 to 4 marks. So for each point, I will be writing around 8 to 10 lines. Pros, cons, advantage, disadvantage. So at least 3 points will be giving me around 35, 40 lines or 4 points. That's all. You need to be very well prepared for every marks 2 minutes. So double. So into 1.5, that much line I need to write. Every time you follow this, not that on the day of exam only. If you are writing the answer before that, you want to do a research. You went into ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, you have written, I am working in a charity as a senior post. In the charity, they are thinking of introducing events and they are facing problems relating to how to manage with the volunteers and employees in operational matter. What I can say, how I can evaluate that. ChatGPT will write a full answer. Don't copy paste. Please do that, but don't copy paste. Read that, now write in your language. Do the research and then write in your language in 24 minutes. Because 12 marks, 24 minutes. 80 marks, 160 minutes. So you will write in 24. You can say that because sometime you are giving in reading the requirement also. It is actually less than 24, 20 minutes. 20 minutes means 30 lines. 30 to 35 lines would be the length of the answer. Fatafat, speedway. So that you cover and you go to the next one. This we will be doing continuously for coming 1.5 months till April 5th or 10th. Sorry, May 5th or 10th. Because till the time we will get our pre-scene, based on that, we start studying, doing chat GPT, this, that, discussion. And then when we do mock papers, we will stop using chat GPT, Google and all that. So Lakshmi, in place of reading from the pocket notes, from the study text, go in chat GPT, go in Google, go in YouTube. There you do the research. Before writing the answer, make yourself ready with the research in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever, and then write the answer. Every time practice in writing. If the student practice in writing, they can never fail in this exam. The problem is time pressure. The problem is thinking and writing and all that. That cannot be developed only on the last day of the exam. That need to be developed on every day, on continuous basis. So when the class is getting over, I will be sharing this question paper. I will be sharing the pre-scene. I will be sharing the Google Drive of all the notes, the study text, exam kit and all that. If there is anything to be shared, I will share in the mail. Regularly keep track of your mail. Download the notes. Write in your desktop first class notes. Download all, save there, so that you don't need to search here and there. Because after 4 classes, you will say, I forgot all the notes. It is there in the mail only. Be structured. Be planned, student. I understand. Ramadan is there, this is there, but then life is not only one Ramadan. It is so many Ramadan is going to come in life. We need to be structured in our life from the first class that I have to pass. Whether anybody pass or not, I will pass the exam. I will grow in my career. Whatever problems are there, they will not vanish. One over another will come. The life is this only. Life means problems. But we cannot say that because of this I cannot. Like just now, Atul is saying that in Bangladesh, we are not getting time. I'm just reaching. I'm taking class on Saturday, second half. Now, when I will take the class, ma'am? If you are not able to take the class, live recordings automatically will be there. You can see in the software. Always. This is first class uploaded on YouTube, but other classes through the software you can see. So always, if you are ready to win, nobody can force you to lose. We need to win. We need to be well prepared. I'm not reading this second and third question. You need to read, you need to prepare, you need to do research. I should be getting the answers for this entire paper by Thursday evening. It is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 5 days, 3 questions. Do research, write the answer, and send in a Word file, not PDF. Word file, suppose Atul, what do you say? Atul answer. Atul answer, you can say. That's all. Because what you will name. In one file, all answers by Thursday evening. Beyond that, you cannot. Because Friday I will go through so that in Saturday we can discuss. On the basis of this, we will discuss further things. Maybe this case study, maybe another case study, maybe this only. Till the time the pre-scene we are not getting, we will continue to study like this. I will discuss foreign exchange, interest rate and all that, maybe based on any case study, not this or this case study, so that you understand a grip on that. Because a student find problem in writing foreign exchange, interest rate, risk when it comes in the exam. So I will discuss in the beginning only so that later on when we will discuss again in the class, you will feel comfortable. Yes, Mr. Ashok.
Sir, in the above question which we have discussed, can we give the option that HP can outsource all these event management activities?
Are they asking that key you can, what are the other alternatives to manage the operations? The question is not asking that, sir. The question is asking that when with the subsidiary we are going, what are the challenges we are going to face? You evaluate them. So if you are writing that, then you are going against the requirement. So you may be saying very good thing, good suggestion, but that is not asked in the question. So that is not going to give you any credit, sir. Maybe in other questions, how we can do the operations management other than this, then you can say. But then in a charity where the conservation of resources is so essential, maybe the outsourcing will be good thing, but the outsourcing partner should be very good.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So here in this question, you cannot write that, sir. But in the other question, I don't know if that option is there, then you can write.
Okay.
But not in this one, sir. Here, though, we will be managing on our own, and what are the pros and cons of each management you need to write. 3-4 points.
To avoid those cons, is it the
You can
suggestion?
say at the end. Maybe in write-up, you can mention that to avoid the cons, we can do this. Or suppose you have written 3-4 points, and now at the end, you are suggesting that in place of going with a subsidy, why not to hire specialized agencies for doing different works?
Correct.
So that you can add up something, chalega. But not that you write the same thing on just outsourcing one page. That's not
No,
relevant.
no,
Ah,
definitely.
that is not, because that is not required here for
Yes,
that
sir.
reason.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
हाँ, नहीं तो वो लोग बोलेंगे you are writing against the requirement. So
Correct,
they
sir.
will not
Got
give
it.
any marks. They have written many answers in model answer. Comment by the examiner is that only.
Yes, yes, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So we will be meeting in the next Saturday, same time, same place, same teacher. Follow the instruction which I said. I think now we are ready. What we need to study, from where to study, how we are going to prepare. That's my purpose. Now, based on the past papers for 2-3 classes, let's continue. Once the pre-scene release, we will study based on that pre-scene. Okay. Tata, bye-bye. Study hard, all of you, whether you are taking classes with me or not, but it's not a difficult exam. You will make it difficult with improper or non-preparation. Either the preparation is in bad direction or you are not preparing at all. Then you will not pass this exam. But Manojit, this is easier to pass than SBR. This is easier to pass than other paper in ACC. Okay, Monish. So if you think of giving 2 exams together, this is the best exam you can give, sir, in June.
Right, sir.
But then you need to study 1.5 hours for this daily, and you need to study 2 hours approximately for SBR. So daily 3.5 hours. If you can't manage, then think only 1. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Because what we can achieve, that we need to do. If I know that I have 2 hours in a day for study, then I cannot do both the things. Maybe presently you will not feel problem. After 1 month, you will start feeling problem. And at the time of exam, you are puzzled. Ye kare ki wo kare, that way. So whatever resources we have, we should plan accordingly.
Right, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Take care, everybody. All the very best for your Cima and ACC exams in May, June. Whether you take classes from me doesn't matter, but it's easy. Again, I am saying you can pass easily. If you do this, whatever I said, maybe on yourself, maybe through the classes, whatever. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Tada.
Thank you very much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take
Okay,
care.
sir. Good day, sir.
Good day.